Do 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 do. The stream is starting soon. Do do do. Making sure audio works. What's going on with this upbeat? Whoa. Hey yo, got a subscriber. Hey Bobby. Where am I at? Where am I at over here? Where my modes at? There I know. It's a blank screen. Hey everyone, how's it going? Well, Bobby, come on. I didn't even hop on yet. Sounded good. Thanks, Schmo. Thanks, Schmo. I gotta adjusting the microphone. Ah! That's how I live my life. Okay, here we go. Justin, Bobby, thank you for the subscription. That's super rad. Super rad. I appreciate that. I wasn't even on yet, and boom, Bobby throws me a sweet sub with that Twitch Prime. Spend that Amazon money. That's what I say. Spend the Amazon money. I probably need to use my Twitch Prime on somebody. Maybe Sue's this weekend. She's pretty rad. What am I doing? I'm like adjusting this thing. There we go. Looks good. Everyone, so cool. Thanks for hanging out. Good evening. Shoot the gun. Oh, I like how you have an upside exclamation point. I don't know how you have that, but that's cool. Oh, this is like a rip-off of a song. I don't like that. Let's do ambient. Let's change that music. I always get all these. I always upload these videos to YouTube like later, and everyone's like, I don't like music. So I'm like, fine. But I'm still going to do it anyways. Hey, Mortal. How's it going? I need to do some quick adjustments in my stream over here. That looks good. Put this here. Adjusting things a little bit. Everyone always asks me, what are you doing between 2 o'clock and 2:05? Making a fresh pot. Fresh pot. Breaker coming in 3 months in a row for the sub. Thanks, Breaker, for the sub. I appreciate that. I appreciate you hooking it up.
Nothing is impossible.
Nothing's impossible. Cool. We got, whoa, Gordon in the chat. Good morning. Good morning. It's about 2 o'clock here, Seattle time. Beautiful Seattle day. Absolutely gorgeous. 40s or so. Just really lovely. Helge, thanks for popping in. Appreciate that. Mortal, bonsoir. Bonsoir. Okay, we got some people on. Some things are happening. We got some new followers, some new subs. We hit 500 people, 520 followers, which is super rad. Appreciate everyone that has been hanging out the last few months with me on these streams on Fridays. Super cool. Today, well, first off, let's pour some coffee. I have some new coffee for everyone. Let's get some bang coffee in here. Boom. New Ugandan coffee came in. It's pretty good from Blue Bottle. I have some updates on my Blue Bottle subscription. I'll tell everyone in a bit. But it does have some pineapple, blueberry cream, and elderflower. You can definitely hear or taste the elderflower. That's for sure. Whoa, Breaker in the chat. Breaker Beard looking good. Got that 3 months from there. Very cool. Hey, R2, how's it going? Well, Martel, thank you so much for the sub. Appreciate that via Twitch Prime. Again, make Amazon pay. You're already paying for the Prime. Get the Twitch Prime. All that money goes to charity. Pretty excited. We've racked up some good amount of money going over to Girls Who Code. And then, of course, Microsoft matches all that. So it's rad. Anyway, so the new Uganda Sippy Falls Caprona Honey. That's what's coming in here. Now, let's go ahead and pour this up in my unofficial chess.com sponsor mug. Now, as you can see, I don't have my Zojirushi because I literally just made this. It's piping hot. Very excited about the pour into my Hario V60, which was very great to make earlier. There we go. Cool. Now, I have put my Blue Bottle subscription on hold. Wanted to give an update there because I do have my Blue Bottle subscription. Comes to me. I'm going to start going local. That's my new thing. So instead of paying Blue Bottle $20 every other week, I would say, I'm going to be heading local shops only for my coffee consumption. I think I will not only save money, maybe it's $5 to $10 a month. I'll be saving some money, and then also you guys can, gals can see what I'm drinking here locally instead of just Blue Bottle every time. But I do have about 3 pounds since I was on holiday of beans that I'm working through. So through the year, we should be good to go. Let's give this a little taste test. Pretty good. You can taste the elderflowers. That's the only thing I don't. Not a big flowery type person. It's good. It's made with a honey process, processing from the cherries. It's good. All right, cool. What are we working on today? It's mid-December, people. Mid-December. Sebastian's up here hanging out. He's got a scarf on because it's cold. Yeah, I don't know. I was figuring maybe we'd take another look at my checkbox, just see where I'm at. I know I forgot to fix some things up and try to get that into the pipeline for Xamarin.Forms. And then I think what I wanted to do is make sure that the build passes. That's probably good. And maybe work on some essential stuff. We'll just see how the day goes. Maybe I'll just pop around on some new things or upgrade an app to Xamarin.Forms 4.0. I really want to put visual inside of my scoreboard app. So maybe we'll do that today. We'll kind of take a look, but that's why it's a very generic crushing code type of day. So let's head over to the desktop.
It should also read that I crushed it from 2013 to present.
Where's my mode at? Desktop. Boop. There we go. Cool. Oh, it's all big. Why is it all big? Why is it so... That's not correct. That's not correct. What's my resolution at? Oh, gosh. There we go. All right. Hold on. Hold the phone. Keep changes. Oh, gosh. There we go. Now we're talking. I could in 1080p here just so it's a lot bigger, just visually anyways. So that should be good. Okay, now we're talking. Now we're talking. I love coffee. I'm a big fan breaker of the coffee sitch. Okay, so first things first. I pretty much finished everything. I wanted to maybe put it in Mac, maybe WPF. I guess if it's in here, I don't know. I don't quite understand. I did get this, which is switch renderer on platform WPF. Checkbox cannot be used as a parameter. Oh, I don't know what that means. So let's go ahead and open it up. Here. Come on, Visual Studio. I also just installed IntelliCode for 2017, and I was surprised because I showed off all those features last week on my stream for Xamarin.Forms for IntelliCode to do your custom training models, and that's totally available in 2017. I did not even know that was the case. Where is my quick launch at? Code. There we go. Menus. Boop. It's totally there, which is rad. So this one, I guess, has like, I don't know what it's trying to fill in some other ones. Add model? No. It should have a bunch of stuff in there, but it works for XAML and stuff out of the box, which is cool. So I wanted to change one thing. I know I wanted to come into my renderers for iOS, and I wanted to change this around. I did get some really good recommendations. Oh man, I gotta find it. GitHub checkbox. No, I can't find it anymore. Someone gave me this really good recommendation of instead of this being 30, I think it's 28 is the height that we want to go with. Don't show again. And then here, I'm pretty sure that what we want to do on our checkbox is, I think, so if I go into my, my thing here, what I'm thinking about is if I go into my, okay, checkbox. So let's back it up here. I have my checkbox, okay? I think that these names are really bad. There's checked color and unchecked color. I don't know if that's really what I want it to be. I think it should be like border color and fill color. Is what I think I want to go with, because unchecked and checked is bad. And then also you can't really control your check on it, but I'm not sure. Maybe I just want it to be tint color, like checked tint color, unchecked tint color. I need some recommendations on that. I think the Xamarin.Forms team maybe needs to figure that out, but I'm not positive yet. So I do know one thing, which is I'm pretty sure for the checkbox on iOS, we should scoop it out. So it should be just like a clip through. So what I want to do here is look at my UI control. And instead of making this a rectangle, so we have the, okay, so what we have here, if I fill this in, so we have a stroke, which we're going to set to the fill color if it's set, else the tint color of iOS. Hey, Ancient Coder, how's it going? Whoa, lots of Denmark in the house. Whoa, cool. LECO, how's it going? We're also listening to some ambient. I love everyone's chiming in with some action. So stroke and fill, that's good. If it's enabled, else not. What we want to do is, see, we have a rounded rect, but from oval, I'm pretty sure is what I want to do. And then what I want to do is, yeah, just give it the rectangle, right? So the idea is let's just make it a circle. Everyone nowadays, all the cool kids making circles all day. So boom. The check path, what we're doing here is we're going to set the stroke color here, but I'm pretty sure what we want to do is, so there's a fill color and then a stroke color. And the stroke color is the border around it. But then I'm pretty sure here I have the check path, which is a stroke. And I'm pretty sure I want to, this is not music to code by. This is there a music thing? Yeah, I think there is. Boop. ABH. Yeah, I'm just working on adding this checkbox still in a world where I can still add a checkbox. So we set the current graphics context. We save the state here. So this is our check. Okay. So if let's follow what I'm doing here. So I have a stroke color, which is the border color, and that border color. So I have three. I have a check color, a fill color, and a border color. And what we want to do is, first and foremost, we have a box, which is our circle now. So that'll be our circle path. Oh gosh, what is that? Rename. Circle path. I'll just change that. There's our circle path. All right. That's our circle. And what's cool there is it'll be the circle or that. Music to groove to. Music to maybe fall asleep to. It is the ambient channel. But it is kind of a cool... This is probably maybe the best kind of chillax music that won't annoy anybody when I do live streams, perhaps. Okay, so these lines... So this is the path, checkbox. And I want to clip it. I'm pretty sure I want to add clip to the circle path. So I think that's what I want to do. Let's see what I need to do here. iOS from a circle path check pack. That's another Bezier path. Add clip. See, set stroke. I don't think I even need to do that. I think just when I clip it, it will remove it from anything underneath, is my goal here in general. So let's see if this works. Oh, I didn't even load the solution. I should probably load the solution. There we go. Yeah, we'll save that. So Rick, that's a good point. So here's the issue with listening to soundtracks. So I listen to a bunch of music almost all the time when I am coding. I listen to a lot of hip hop often, But the problem with listening to soundtracks or listening to other things in general with Twitch is that in the post show, after they save it, they'll strip out all that licensed music. And if I upload it to YouTube, then it'll have to be muted out or other things. One of the early times I came in and I was, this is still loading, sorry. Probably a bunch of dropped frames. The first time there we go, C#. The first time I listened to it, listened to music, I was listening to the Zelda soundtrack, which I was like, oh, this is going to be so cool, right? I'm listening to the Zelda soundtrack. And then legitimately it was like, nah, fam, like we're gonna mute your entire thing. Let's see if this works. So I'm pretty sure that's what I want to do, because the idea is we need to remove that checkbox. It shouldn't be white, because if they want their checkbox to be white, it should reflect what's underneath it. This should work. All right, I don't know why that thing is upset at me. Let's take a look here. That finding don't show again. All right, cool, that worked. Let us attempt to connect to my Mac. Pretty sure I already did that. I just updated everything like right before the show, which is good. So usually positive. And I'm also interested to know where the WinForms thing goes. Yeah, so I use Pretzel BH, which it's a paid service. So that's basically, I pay like $100 a year, but it's all YouTube sanctioned and anything else sanctioned music that they work with the creators of, which is really nice. So they get some money from it in general. I don't have to worry about anything. Makes my life happy, or easier, I should say. So that's one thing I've been kind of going for. All right, so far I like this. Check color. See, well, eventually we could just get rid of check color, I think. Fill color, border color. Pretty sure that's what it should be, is like fill. What do you want the fill color to be? What do you want the border color to be? And the fill color is the whole thing. Instead of checked and unchecked, it's kind of a weird terminology for it. Else it'll just be the default, which is the tint color of the system. The system is down. Let's do this, but I'm pretty sure that's what I want it to be at the end of the day for the two colors, border and fill. And then you could have the checked color, but then of course, life. I think UWP though, let me look at Forms Control Gallery. I'm pretty sure the problem with UWP is that it gives you the same. Where's the checkbox gallery at? Yeah, see, it's like, oh no, it's filled. There's like a hover over, but for the most part, it's the same. Wish you could just control that color. It's so upsetting that you can't. Is there a checkbox list view gallery? Where's the table view gallery? There we go. I think it's up here. List view, table view, gallery, legacy. All right. What are we doing? What? Crushing some code. Right now what I'm doing is I'm trying to make my circle, my checkbox a launch failed. App could not be launched on the Mac. Oh. Oops. Tools, options, Xamarin, iOS. Nope, that one. Go. Did this work? Should output. There we go. We are working on my checkbox again, because why not? Love my checkbox. That is what I'm doing. So we hope for a circle. We hope for a circle. Which is from oval. That should do it. It's width, it's height, it's a rectangle. That seems correct. It all seems correct to me. All right. So where's my did I already miss it? Nope. Boop. Ah, hey-oh. Nope, no, the checkbox didn't work though. Check. How to, where's Proclarum when you need him? So how do I iOS clip my assumption here is that what I want to do is I want to do like circle path dot add clip intersects this with a clipping path. So I'm pretty sure I want to say check path dot set clip. Nope. Huh. Context dot set clip. Sets the current path to the content. Clip to rect. Clip to mask. We save state. We translate the padding. And how do I iOS clip UI graphics context? We're going to learn together. Clip. Drawing and creating images. That's going to be a terrible document. Arcs and paths. Oh gosh. Clip. iOS. Gradients and context. Learning context. Drawing within a UI context. Those are all terrible guides. Crop a UI image. iOS clip shape out of shape. This is me Google. Remove shape from path in core graphics. Add path. Set fill. Okay. Reading. Rectangles. Reading. There's a rectangle. There's a oval. Ovals with rounded corners. Show me how to clip it. Show me how to clip an image. No. Not just one sublayer and line. Close. Combining paths. Oh, here we go. This is what I want to accomplish at this point, right? I want to be able to summon Proclaim. So I want to be able to remove this. So I'm pretty sure if we have a path, we want to add an arc. We add oh no, this is not correct. Shape layer. That's not what I want. Like this is just creating the shape, so it's adding lines together. Pretty sure what I want to do is clip it. No. This is how you Google. How do I mask a shape? iOS. I'm not sure how to do this. No one's sure. iOS clip shape out of a shape. Clipping the Bezier path in curve shape. Clip top. Clip, how to, set fill color. Layer, shape layer, make. Set fill color, path, add sublayer, no. So it intersects this Bezier path with the clipping path of the current context. Text dot add clip. Sets the current path of the graphics context to be a clipping path. Yeah. It's impossible, that's what it is, to understand anything in the world of it. Well, so it's the, well, so if I go back in time, pretty sure that's not what I did. Where's my Team Explorer at? Changes. I'm pretty sure that that is not what I had. Yeah, it's very. So all we do is we say stroke. So instead of stroke, I'm pretty sure that you want. Well, we don't want to set the stroke. I hate iOS drawing. Yeah, you set the stroke and then you set the stroke and then because you're drawing all this stuff, right? You're drawing, and then you should say context dot clip. Maybe that does it. It just, so you set it and then you clip it from the context. Maybe? Hard to say. Wish I had Proclarum in here. If anything, I'll just leave it as the white checkbox, but I don't really want to set it as the white checkbox because that would be kind of silly. The circle is the right call, though, in general. So I'm relatively happy about the circle. We're good. We know that this is probably the right thing to do here. And then where's my WPF one? Renderers. My assumption is it would be really easy to do a WPF checkbox. Wait. Oh, it already is a checkbox. Oh, why is that there? Oh, I definitely broke something. Switch renderer. Oopsie poopsie. Oh, wow. Okay, so I definitely broke. That's why the build broke, is because I probably changed too much stuff. Where's my... Yeah, that's not correct. WPF. Whoa. Oh, I wonder if they make a switch, a checkbox. Oh, interesting. All right, now I understand why the build is broken. All right, let's see if this works. I know nothing about it. Nope. All right, so I definitely don't know what I'm doing. So I definitely need Frank to help me do this in general. Oh, you know what? I wonder if I do add path. Add path. Append path. No. No, I don't know what I'm doing. Because this says it sets the current path to be the clipping path. If there was an image checkbox. Well, we could have done it with images, but it's not quite as nice, to be honest with you. It's not quite as nice in general. But, because the problem with the image is that it's not, I don't know, it's like, it's got a whole, load up a whole thing. It's not really super native-y. And then everyone's going to want something different. But, although in general, you can already do it. You can just make an image and then have it on and off state. You know, that's the difference, I think. But I just want it to be built in. Where is, let's see. Where is, I'm gonna contact Frank on the internet. Frank, I need your help. Frank, I need your help, bro. Let's see. Where is Frank? Hey, you around to help me with this iOS checkbox again? I am trying to do clipping instead of drawing the checkbox on a Twitch stream. Let's see what he says about that. And while we do that, I also need to make sure that I do... Oh, wait. What? Why isn't it there anymore? My assumption is that... He's like, win. Not now. See what he says. My assumption is that probably this is not rebuilding this, because that should have worked in general, because I set stroke, I do some stuff. Let me just double check to make sure I'm not being crazy here. Nope, stroke, check path, stroke. Oh, check path, stroke. Sure. We're gonna call up the Frank, probably. Frank on the line. Frank on the line. All right. Okay. So I didn't set the stroke. That's why the white thing didn't come up. But let's call it Frank. Calling in tech support. Calling in Frank to the tech support. Frank. Oh gosh. Yeah, cool. Frank. Oh wait, you got to never dot result Frank. That's for sure. Let's ring. Let's ring Frank. Frank Kruger has joined. Calling up Frank. Phone a friend.
Hi, James.
Hey, Frank. You're live on the internet, so don't swear.
Over a phone call, this is great.
Yeah, sure.
All that
can hear you.
expensive mic equipment we got, perfect.
Yeah, phone calls, they work. Okay, so someone made a pretty great joke before you came, which was await frank.get, so that was pretty funny. So,
oh, Lordy, what'd you do?
So I had this revelation over the week, is that for the checkbox, I wanted to make it a circle because the reminder app uses it a circle. Someone brought that to my attention. And so I did that. That's good. I'm streaming that now. That looks pretty good. I need to make the inset a little bit smaller. But besides that, what I was thinking, though, is that really we shouldn't be drawing a white checkbox. What we should be doing is clipping it, right? Because it should show what's underneath it.
Debatable, but yeah, if you want the background to come through. You may not always want the background to come through. It really is a stylistic thing.
That's true.
But if that's what you want, then that's what you want. Yep.
Yeah, because I mean, I guess you could. I mean, I could have a iOS property that's like set, check color. But the problem is that Windows and Android don't have that. Like Android is just a tint, and then it just does the transparency underneath. So that's kind of the problem. Man, I'm really glad that you did a lot of this. There's like this padding, although I need to make it a little bit smaller. Are you in the stream? Can you see the stream?
Yeah, I'm kind of in the stream.
Okay.
It's a tiny little window.
Okay. Well, so you got my checkbox.
It's Frank.
My checkbox.
R2_AU.
My checkbox needs to be a little bit smaller, so we need to do that first, because look how good it looks. It looks pretty good, right?
I'm looking. I'm not seeing it. Show me.
There might be a delay.
Is the video behind?
Probably.
Where do I see it? Where's the checkbox?
Well,
okay, it's a circle. Oh, it's going outside the circle. It shouldn't go outside the circle, right?
Barely. Let's zoom in.
Do you want it to go outside the circle or not?
I don't think so. I think it should be like one more pixel in.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I assume that this padding.
Well, you can do that in a million places. But yeah, the padding's probably good.
Should I do it this?
Oh, let me find the code. Why do I see 2 copies? All right. So I see the padding. Let's see what disaster we were doing here. Just for a moment.
You should be able to type too. You have the you have the power.
Oh, let me try to remember what we're doing, and then I'll type.
You know what's cool too, by the way? So live share.
Padding will work.
So live share, by the way, what's cool is that since you already joined my session on this solution previously, I didn't even need to accept you. Like it just automatically did it. So I'm pretty excited about that.
What a level of trust that is.
It is a level of trust. Yeah. So you're going to make this 4 divided by. So you're going to make it pretty small.
Yeah, this is turbo coding, but this is how you build UIs. You change numbers.
Got it. So now if you go to a little bit further, you can tell that down here on line 127,
Yeah, I see you're trying.
I'm close. Cute. I feel like I'm getting there, Frank.
Yeah. The truth is, though, to make you feel better, I have to go read the docs because I always forget who adds the clip. Does the path add the clip or does the context add the clip? It's confusing.
Yeah, I know if I do context.clip, there's clip to mask, clip to rec, clip to rex, and then the verbiage is sets the current path of the graphics context to be the clipping path.
Yes.
So
so that's the one that we want.
It is the one that we want.
Yes. So the trick is, first, you need to add the path to the context, though. So you'll say something like context.add path.
Draw path.
No.
Add path.
Add path. Yeah.
Okay.
We're not drawing it.
And a Bezier path.
We're just adding it.
Is a path.
And that's our check path. Yep.
Doesn't like that.
And then now we can say context.clip because we've given it the clip path. Because you said that's the one that takes the current path.
Yeah. Clip says sets the current path of the graphics context to be the clipping path. Now,
Great. So that's what we've done.
The problem here is that it can't convert a Bezier path to a CG path.
Oh, there's a property on it, something like .cg path.
Oh, of course there is. Why wouldn't there be?
Because it's iOS and it makes sense.
Yes. Let's see. Right now, I'm going to tweet this out right now on my Twitch stream. @Proclarum joins to help me draw iOS shapes. Boom.
Well, we'll see if it works.
Okay. So
because actually you need to draw the circle around this. Where's the circle?
Well, I draw the circle up here. Path. Right here, I fill it.
No. You got to draw the circle after the clip because first you set the clip, then you draw the circle.
So I clip it, and then I need to
circle path fill.
Really?
Yeah.
So I should move that
because you're
underneath.
setting up the environment basically. You're setting up these are all the clippy things. So if you want to do fancy drawing, and then you say, all right, now flood fill this, and obviously take into account all the clippy things.
I see. So what I was doing before is I was filling a circle and then adding another layer on top. So I could just kind of compose it together. So I'm like, draw.
But you weren't drawing anything, and that next layer was kind of the point thing. So you were clipping, sure, but you weren't drawing anything. So now we're drawing with clipping.
Now we're drawing.
But make sure your color is set to the right color at that point. I don't know where's the color set. Oh, okay, it's set up there.
Yeah, it's set up top.
Okay.
Yeah, right there of the fill and stroke.
Yeah.
And because we do a stroke below for the circle path. Also,
is that right?
Thanks to Frank joining on, we got a subscriber via Twitch Prime, so that's pretty cool. My favorite part is I like to say is that Amazon gives away Twitch Prime to Amazon Prime subscribers. people subscribe to the channel, which is free Amazon money, which then I take and then give to charity, and then Microsoft gives money to charity for me, Frank. So it's kind of like Amazon and Microsoft working together for the greater good.
Positive feedback loop. Love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just keep accelerating it.
Yeah. So, okay, so it's rebuilding. It's rebuilding.
Cross your fingers. I haven't done clippy paths for a while.
I was so close because I was like, because you can see I even tried to say add path. And I was like, maybe if I say
You were
add,
so close.
I was so close. Okay.
There's another way to do this too. We can do this without the second path. Actually,
really?
There's a simpler way. Yeah.
Oh no, that was not correct.
Nothing is impossible.
Let's see. What do we got? I can't see it yet. I hate delays. You should hotwire this app a little so it just comes up to the checkbox. This is way too much work to preview your
I
change.
know. Yeah, you are correct. I should probably hotwire that.
Can you zoom in somehow? It's only like 2 pixels for me.
Why are you not at full screen? So I don't know what happened here, Frank, but something terrible happened.
Zoom in, man. Don't you have magic magnifying tools?
I am right now. I'm zooming.
Okay, delays. I can't quite tell. It looks a little check. Oh, I see what happened.
What is that?
Okay, we made a triangle because the check mark is 3 vertices. You got the top left, the bottom center, and the top right. See them? But a path is a complete filled object in this case. It thought it was a filled object in this case. It's not, but it thought it was.
Okay.
And so we need to fix this.
Do you need to fix this?
Oh, James.
I'm sorry.
Okay, let's do it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay. I'm not. Here's my hesitation.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure if you can actually clip against lines. We're just drawing lines. We're not actually drawing kind of like solid objects. Lines are kind of a special case. But we're going to change the code a little bit and see if it'll work for us.
Okay.
If not, we have to take a different approach. But let's try the easy one first.
Okay.
And the easy one means not using the UI Bezier path for the circle path. So you can kill circle paths, but don't kill lines. Maybe I'll code a tiny bit.
Yeah. What I can do is I can move circle path below. Oh, you mean check path or circle path?
Oh, I'm sorry. Check path. Check path. Good job.
I'm also going to move your padding back to 2, like just in. Oh, I think you took control. Oh, I'm debugging. Let me stop debugging. I'm going to move it back to 2 just in case, so we know that there was a checkbox, and then we can make that last.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was fine. I get used to looking at graphics bugs.
Okay.
You want me to code or do you?
Yeah, you can code. Go for it. I just like to sit back and talk to our subscribers and our followers and listeners and see.
I'm going to kill the checkbox. We don't use it because the context can do all its own moving and lining and all that.
You're just going to go right. You're going to go right to the context.
Right to the context. Now the trick is the names are different. So what's that one called? You need intelligence help here. I need intelligence help here.
So you need move.
Move
to XY is what it takes.
Oh, okay. Kill the CG point part then.
Of course, it takes an XY.
Yeah, I
CG.
hate people don't consistency.
Why would it take a CG point?
That would be too consistent, and I think that's line something.
I can do add lines.
No, just do one. Just do one. It's add lines is good if you're going to draw a million lines. Line to point. Add line
to point is what I can add.
That is it. Do that one.
All right, we're going to go in. We're going to modify this, and then
we should add some extensions, and then do that for the next one. Yeah.
We should add some. You know, one thing that would be really great from you is what we're doing, Frank, in Xamarin Essentials. Is I'm adding all of these helpers to.
Oh, you're doing platform stuff?
Yeah, I'm doing some platform helpers. So like right now, I'm doing a bunch of system.drawing.color. To go like to platform, to system, back and forth, and then doing a bunch of things like that. So if you have a bunch of platform helpers that you would like to, extensions you would like to add, you could totally do it.
I have about 8 years worth.
I want to add all of them to Xamarin Essentials, just every single extension possible.
I actually wrote a script at one point to figure them all out for me, to just generate it.
Oh, man.
I have small amounts of patience. So anyway, we lost our line width because we lost our path. So now you can set the line width on the context itself. So context dot set line something.
So set line width, and that was going to be 3, I believe.
I think that's what it was.
And then context dot set line cap.
Oh, there were 2. There were caps and joins.
We wanted round.
Round. We like round.
Seeing that you decided to comment out that. Set join. I guess that would also be round.
Yeah, round. Beautiful. Okay, so now you can get rid of... No, that looks good. Execute. F5.
That's it? So clip and then fill?
Clip and fill.
All right, man.
Because when you do this move to line to stuff on the context, it creates an implicit path. And so when you call clip will use that implicit path.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
So cross your fingers. It could come out identical to how it was before.
Yeah, and I should probably have that other code in there, and I could probably have a... I could probably have some code in there that says, like, if you have a check color, go this route, else go the other route.
Okay, but you actually never did need the UI Bezier path. This is fine.
Oh, really?
Like you see, it's 3 lines of code. It's no different than if you use the path.
Oh. And then
I actually prefer this. I like working on just the context.
Oh, okay. And then what I would do is I would fill first, and then... I'm trying to think of a scenario where I could have both of them. I could have it cut out or have a check color. You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
All right,
okay, in that case, if you're reusing it, that's the good time to use paths.
We have some people in the chat that say they want a voice like that guiding me through the code. This is how I code. This is how I work, is Frank just guides me through stuff. Checkbox. All right, the moment of truth. Ayo, it's exactly the same.
Yeah, okay. So they're just not letting us set open-ended paths as clip geometry. It must be a thing. So your alternative here is you can build a clip path out of, basically you have to draw the lines yourself using rectangles, which is terrible. The alternative is you can use another image object as the mask. That's another good option. So you would do kind of 2 draw calls. The third option is probably the correct one, and just draw it in color, because this clip idea is a little silly.
Oh, draw it in color?
Yeah, because, I mean, name me a UI that you're trying to emulate. Almost all checkboxes on iOS, at least, are solid colored. You don't see a background through them.
Okay. So you think it should just be... Oh, so we should give them the option to set the color of the checkbox, is what you're saying.
I would either use the current text color as the color of the checkbox, or let them set it.
All right, I'm going to undo all this code then.
It is. I find your clip path honorable.
I tried so hard.
I could do that off-screen render for you into a mask, but
I tried so hard.
Sorry, not off the top of my head.
So set stroke. Man, I was so happy for a second, and then.
Well, here, let me Google while you tear the code apart again.
All right, well, I should probably. What did I just do?
Path lines as...
I just undid all the codes, so that's good.
It's fine. It wasn't complicated. Not rocket science.
Okay. Yeah, we just kind of move stuff around. Okay, well, that's good. All right. Well, I guess what I would do then is I have a...
So clipping in Mac and iOS is region-based, which means a solid area, and that's why lines aren't working.
Great.
So if you did want to make this work, you would have to, instead of using lines, create an actual CG path with the actual object in it. And if you want to do that, there's a little library called ngraphics that was perhaps specially designed for those kinds of operations.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically what you're saying is I'm screwed.
No, I'm saying I think it was a bad idea in the first place. I don't like the idea of the clipped out checkbox.
So really what you want is for me to go into my checkbox over here, And you want me to add a fill color. I wonder how I make it iOS only.
What are we looking at here?
This is the switch
actual
render.
forms object. Yeah. You don't want to do that. So what happens on Android? Android uses the default theming then for the color?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so on Android, okay, so what I do on Android is you can't set that check color unless you
But what color is it? It comes from the system theme.
comes from the system theme. I'll show you what I do inside of where's my fast renders? No. App compat render, checkbox render. So I have to do something crazy, which is manually over here. I don't know if you can, I don't know, are you following me? How do you follow?
Yeah, I'm watching you.
Okay.
I'm watching you.
So I have to set these color states. So what I do is there's a default color, which is like the theme or the accent. So I say, if you are using the default color, then use the accent color of the system for it, and then else
But
use
what
the color
is
you set.
color? Color is just a property. You just call it color. You don't call it checkbox color or anything. You just call it color.
Yeah. So on my checkbox, so
Now you call it checked color.
I call it checked.
Oh no, that's an Android thing.
No. So
Okay, let's stick with the forms control. On the forms control, do you have a color property?
I do have two. They're terribly named.
Okay,
I was going to rename them. So I have
Okay.
checked color and unchecked color.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I was going to do fill color and border color.
No. Is
That's,
there ever a border? There's never a border.
Yeah, when you don't have it checked. The circle, you know?
Oh, then I prefer unchecked, but the C should not be capitalized. It's just a word.
Oh, unchecked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I do prefer that.
So you really have two, right? You have this.
Checked and unchecked. That's
checked
fine.
and unchecked. Was my idea.
And what do you initialize them to? Both are initialized to default,
To default, which is like the system default, so tint or whatever.
which implies system default. So it's up to your renderer now to convert default into something.
Yeah. So here's what Android looks like, right? It just it on the GitHub. I don't know if you're there yet on the stream, but there's basically just that's the system default, which is like pink or whatever. That's the accent color.
Yeah.
And then you.
The problem is you
set it.
can't query that. Ideally, you would query it from the app resources to see if anyone set it, but I don't. There's no standard for text color and background color, right?
Yeah, my assumption is people will set these colors manually, and to me, I'm going to set them to like the same color. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I would on iOS, if that's all we're talking about, for default check color, I would set it to text background, and
yeah, that makes sense.
Then for unchecked, I would set it to text color with a alpha of 50%.
All right. Let me go. I'm changing these back. So we're going to change this first to 28.0 F, and then we're going to change your code back down here to 4 for the padding. And then you're saying that, so up here, I'm scrolling a lot. Sorry.
Where do you do your default check?
Right here. So I have this checked color, and we just do white today.
Yeah, that's fine. Technically, you should, if they ever do add a dark mode, you should put something else there. But for now, today, it's fine.
Well, what did you just say I should set it to?
Do they have text background, UI color.text background? I might be getting UI color and NS color confused.
Dark text color, light text color.
No, neither of those. So, I'm sorry, light text color, of course. Derp.
Light text color?
Yeah, that's fine. And then for your unchecked, do dark text color with an alpha.
Wait, what's that again?
Where do you draw your unchecked? Where's your unchecked color? Remember how you have check color and unchecked color?
Yes, right here. I have border and fill.
Oh, so no, this is gross. Don't make your renderer properties different from your view properties. Make
All
them
right.
the same.
Well, so let's change these then. So what you really want is, I'm gonna go back over to my checkbox. Okay, so my Xamarin.Forms checkbox. What Frank Kruger wants.
Yeah, Xamarin.Forms. Yeah. On the form side, we have checked color and unchecked color with a lowercase c, please.
With the lowercase, is that correct? Unchecked?
Of course.
Is it?
It looks gross otherwise.
All right. Is it correct? It's. I don't even like it being unchecked, dechecked.
Dechecked?
I don't know if that's correct.
Dejected color?
Let's see if it shows up anywhere else.
You could do disabled color. Oh, no, it's unchecked. It's not disabled. Yeah, you don't have disabled either.
I don't have disabled, no, because I just use the system kind of. Well, we determined that that's what we wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, unchecked color. Fine, I'm just going to change all these. It looks like I have a few of them here.
Okay, you didn't have to do this rename if it's a problem. Sorry.
No, it's not
It
a
was just
problem at all.
bothering me.
It's not a problem at all. I'm going to do it right now. Oops. I'm gonna change.
And then
it.
I would make these properties pair up with the renderer just to keep your sanity in line.
Mm-hmm. Do-do-do-do. All right, cool. We're good to go. So now, what you want, not checked color. Not checked color? That's what someone in the chat said. Unchecked? Not
Sure.
checked.
I prefer I think, but I don't care. Let's move on from it. You can debate that one.
You can debate it later. So then what you want here is the inside of here, we want the
I lost your tracking.
There's a
I want the properties to match up. Just make don't even be UI colors. There's no point in making those UI colors. Just make them form colors. Because in your draw code, you can do the right action. It's really not up to the draw point where you should make any decisions anyway.
Yeah. You want to set them up top and then draw, basically, right?
Yeah, just make them dumb properties, honestly. Just get set auto properties with Xamarin colors, not UI colors.
Oh, yeah, but I need to do the set needs display here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
That's why.
It's are you making an intelligent control here, or are you making a dumb control here that's being really controlled by that renderer? That's always the debate you have with this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
and I prefer to make my implementation control stupid because it's just easier.
Yeah. Okay. So then that means that up here, so I should have the
fix your names. It should be checked unchecked, not fill in border.
Yeah, fill is checked. Rename. Checked color. Then this
and border, I guess, is unchecked.
Don't ask me about the underscores.
Yeah, I know.
Underscore.
I've got like so many random editor configs. Sometimes they appear, sometimes they don't.
All right, so we're going to rename this and say unchecked color. All right, makes Frank happy. So then here, what we need to do is...
Wherever you set a color, now make a decision.
So,
sorry, I need to scroll a tiny bit. So here's where you do your check for is default. Color dot is default, and then make a choice.
Oh, here. Oh, I see. Yeah, so
yeah,
if checked color.
You can do it within those parentheses. It'll be cute.
There is a default. That's cool. There is a default property on there.
Yep. Yep. So if it's the default, then we've got to pick a color. This is the enabled color. So
color.
Thank you. And then otherwise, you need to convert their checked color into a UI color. There you go.
Same thing
nice.
here. Unchecked color dot is default. Tint color. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
This is nice. Now you're not ever storing stale data or anything.
Yeah.
It'll adapt nicely. It'll adapt to the tint changes.
Yep.
It'll be good.
So then, what I want to make sure I do here, all right, so I no longer need to convert this over. That's good.
Right.
Here.
You don't have to do that default check either. Yeah,
Yep, I just
just
said
to
it.
pass through now.
Just a pass through. That's kind of funny. I have to convert it to a color, then I'm probably going to convert it back to a UI color. That's funny. All right, so then
I think I'm going to work on a forms control too soon.
Do
so this
it.
is nice.
are you gonna actually commit it in and check the code in?
No, I think it's kind of a specialty item. I don't think it's a general purpose thing.
How do you feel about this here? This is our disabled color.
No, that should follow the same logic as above, yeah. All that stuff before the... No, you were already there.
Oh. Well, we don't let them set it, right? So
Yeah,
this is
so it's
us
up to us.
This is us setting it. But I feel as though we shouldn't set it there. We should probably have another property just for future proofing,
No,
which is
okay. No, I don't...
disabled color.
Don't future-proof, man. That's over-engineering.
I'm doing it, bro.
Implement the features you have. Don't implement features you might have.
Doing it. So here then, we have a disabled color. And disabled color, we can do,
Do that cute little trick.
I guess you would do what? Oh,
That
yeah.
is default trick. Do that.
And then we're going
And
to
then when you're picking a default, I would do you did that guy.
Yep. And these ternary operators are pretty funny.
I know. Null has gotten so much fun. It's not null in this case, but yeah. The question mark has gotten so powerful in C#.
All right, cool. So that's how we do the disabled color. I'm pretty happy about that.
Fix your spacing. Fix your spacing. Go back.
No, not fixing it.
Back.
Because I want to go up top.
Fix
I
it.
don't want to forget. Ah. Okay.
Scroll.
What am I fixing?
See all those tabs?
Oh, my
Oh, you
goodness.
can't because you got like word wrap on or something.
There we go. Fixed it. Okay, so that's the last one we have there.
But you got to set that somewhere. You haven't set it anywhere.
What are you talking about?
You never set disabled color.
Oh, that's what
You
I was
just
going to
created it, but you never set it.
I'm doing it.
Faster, James.
Faster. So control dot disabled color, and we'll just set it to color dot default.
Default.
Yeah. And then also, because we're smart, Frank, we're also going to set the
Default.
check color to default. Wow.
Yep. Yeah, I like Xamarin.Forms default. Let
Default.
the control people do whatever they think is best.
Yeah. Okay. Then what we need to do down here is we need to do this. We need to say check color dot is default, which it always will be. Then we're going to set it to UI color dot text color, else checked color dot to UI color. There we go. And set the stroke. And then stroke.
Okay.
Yeah? Right?
Sure.
Good enough?
It's not the checked color. I'm getting confused with the color name.
Oh.
Don't you want white there? You want the check color.
There's
The actual color of the check.
check color. Yes, you're right.
So you've got 3 colors in play.
Four colors.
Ugh,
Check color,
hate
which is
controls.
the actual check,
yeah.
and then checked, so the checked color.
Is the background color more like. It's the check background color.
Check
And then you have the unchecked check color.
Yeah, which is like
Terrible.
this. Yeah, terrible. All right, let's see if this works. This should work. Okay, that's good. I feel like we're on the right path.
Yeah, it's just you deciding how configurable you want to make this thing.
Yeah. I mean, right now, it'll always be light text color, this UI color, if that's what we decide, or white. But in the future, we could make it something else, right?
Yeah, I don't like future proofing like this because you're not bubbling it up to the forms object. So in my mine, none of this code should exist. It's all just bugs waiting to happen.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Says
good.
the program manager.
I don't know anything. I know nothing about nothing. Oh, oops.
All right.
Oops.
Is it working? Is it working?
I forgot. Sorry. I forgot. I need to do from oval. That's what I needed to do here. That's what.
Oh yeah.
I
When did
messed
that
it up.
become a rounded rect?
I did a git uncheckout thing. I undid my changes because we did so many changes in there. So
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to undo
Oh,
it.
that's right. We started with a rounded rect. I totally forgot.
Yeah, we did a round direct. So I just set it to oval because I think that's better.
More Androidy is your definition of better.
No, it's less Androidy.
Oh, is that right? Oh,
Yeah.
Android is rounded rect.
It's a rounded rect, yeah. So
very good.
If you
Then
go
I'm
into
proud.
someone told me if you go into the reminders app on iOS, the checkboxes are circle.
Oh, okay. Good one.
So if Apple does, I mean, obviously they have a circle checkbox. They just refuse to propagate it to us, right? So
They have rules, like if controls are used by more than 3 or 4 apps, then they move up in the UI kit. But until then, it's up to the app.
it's up to the app. Oh boy. Hope all of our listeners, our listeners.
Hey, James.
Hey Frank.
Did it work?
It's going right now. All right, so I'm scrolling. I'm going.
The video's behind.
I know.
I don't
What
like
am I
being
doing
left
right now in the
behind.
video?
Not checked color. It's our last comment.
Oh wow.
That'd be more interesting.
Ooh. No, this looks really bad.
I like this thing. It looks really bad.
Well, the check looks not so good. The color looks all right, but
Let's see.
I don't know, man.
I'm waiting for the video still. Okay. Well, the check is just off-centered, honestly.
I feel like it didn't. Maybe it should be a little bit bigger.
Did you revert a little too far back? Are these the right numbers?
I don't know.
Check looks a little different in style. I guess it's okay.
I made it.
You know, the circle's not big enough for the size of the check. Why are you hard-coding that number?
The width. That's the minimum height width.
Yeah,
That's
but why are you hard-coding it?
I don't know, because it is. Or you know why? Because else like it doesn't know. It like every control needs a minimum width basically, or else
Right.
it doesn't know to fill it.
Okay, so what we're really judging right now is the minimum. I wish this demo app that you're using would show more than just the minimum then.
I could.
Because we want to see how it scales up.
Oh,
Anyway,
I
let's
don't
move
want
on.
it to, yeah. Anyways, so
So it looked to me like the check mark was a little bit to the right and a little bit low, so we can offset it.
but all we did was change that padding.
Well, you got to stop changing some numbers. So decide on a minimum height width.
30.
Whatever.
Going with
That's
30.
a terrible name. Okay,
30.
so fix that. Leave that alone, and let's work on the actual drawing code.
All right.
Nothing is
I'm
impossible.
back down on.
I lost my syncing with you. Aw.
Oh,
Come
how
on,
do
James.
I
Take me
focus
with you.
participants?
Take me along for the ride.
Focusing you.
Okay. Let's see.
Oh, that's what it was, because we used the minimum height width inside of here.
No, that's just a scale. No, that's just a scale. That's because we're being lazy.
Okay. We are lazy dev.
Yeah. So this transform CTM with this padding stuff down here,
Oh yeah.
this line,
Uh-huh.
yeah. This is where we can do some fine tweaking of the exact position of that checkbox.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is where you start putting in fudge factors.
All right, pull it
Kind
back.
of the worst thing on the planet.
Pulling
the best
it back,
thing to do here.
I'm pulling it back up with the 30, so see how it looks. All right, yeah, so it looks a little bit low and a little bit too big.
Okay. So first step
It
is
looks
to
a little
separate
fuzzy.
your H.
Looks a little
All right,
fuzzy.
James. Get over it. Get over it.
Okay.
Moving on. H padding and V padding. Let's separate those two out. Okay. Because it sounds like we need to control them separately.
Okay.
This rect code looks completely wrong.
It's a rectangle.
Yeah, let's not do it this way. Yeah, but what you're doing, we've created kind of a terrible feedback loop here. We're calculating an H padding, and then we're shrinking the circle by that H padding, and then we're drawing the checkbox in the unshrunk circle. So it's all just a little bit confusing on who's doing what scaling. So I'm going to simplify it a little bit.
Yeah, I was going to say, because when it's unchecked, it looks like, so when it's unchecked, okay, it looks like the circle is on the outside, right? So it doesn't look like we're drawing the outside circle. So it's like the circle is shrunk, but if we just draw the ring, then it's okay. You know what I mean? And that's because we're translating, we're shrinking it down.
We're doing a few too many, pads. So I'm going to calculate a better radius. And from that, I'm going to create a better background rect.
I'm also really enjoying all the comments, which really, they say everyone wants to integrate you into IntelliCode and then get AI, Frank as a service.
I wouldn't mind that. I mean, as in, I would want the service also. Okay. Math. I can do math. Width is 2 times the radius divided by 2. And this one would be the height minus 2 times the radius. And I just remembered we calculated that all. Okay. Height minus 2 times the radius divided by 2. And we have 2 times the radius.
That's going to be a double, so it's going to yell at us about being doubles. Oh, no, it takes a double.
No, it takes an end. And you fix it there.
I don't know if you need to end float it, because CGRect does take doubles. So.
Oh, someone added over.
Yeah, so you don't have to do that.
Stinger. Okay, and then we're going to draw actually in the background.
Background, okay.
Correct. Yeah, okay.
Perfect.
So now our padding is independent of the background. So now we can feel free to mess with the padding to make it fit how we need it to fit. Let me check a few more things. We don't want it times 4 times height. We want this times the radius.
Sorry, I needed to change my...
What are you doing? Oh, you're capitalizing. Okay.
I think so. I don't know. I don't know if I need to, but I'm doing
okay.
it.
I'm gonna actually, radius is getting annoying. I'm gonna have a diameter.
We're really drawing circles. We're really going for the whole circle. Remember when I made a joke? I made a joke the other day that Visual Studio basically writes the code for me, and now it literally is writing the code for me.
Oh, isn't that lovely? I don't get IntelliSense though, so I'm making all these typing mistakes, and it's really embarrassing.
You're doing great. I mean, it's math.min, right? Come on.
We got a diameter, we got a radius, so we can fix that code, but whatever.
So you want me to fix this?
Anywhere you see a 2 times the radius, put a diameter.
Oh, yeah, just put a diameter. Yeah, no need to do that. No need to do that.
Clean code. We're going for the clean code, I guess.
I'll put some proper spacings in here for you, too.
You're fun.
That looks really good. Yeah, less math. These are going to be efficient circles. These are going to be the most efficient circles to circle. That's
okay, and now when that fits, instead of using width height down here, the checkbox scales with the size of the circle.
Man, this thing is...
And then we can even fix the H padding and V padding while we're adding it.
Everyone says I'm cheating. I'm not cheating. I'm not cheating.
And we can play with that 0.
Oh, so then we're just going to...
number. And now we can just make the padding a factor of the diameter, and it's all much better now.
What about this translate, though? So that takes in
BS. We don't need that. Oh, see, that's when it does need to be an end float.
They do need to be an end float.
End float.
with a little n.
Okay, you do the other one then.
I love casting n floats to n
Oh,
floats.
I wish, yeah, talk about, we need a little bubble for that one. Line 255, you gotta right print.
So everyone's asking me if I'm going to play Smash Brothers. I need to buy it first. That's my problem. I decided, I don't buy myself any gifts in the month of January, November or December. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
That's all the time I buy myself gifts.
I will say though, since you joined the chat, I've gotten more subscribers via Twitch Prime on here. I got R2 gave me a sub, Rick the Hat gave me a sub, and Disco Biscuit.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, that's a cool name, Disco Biscuit. I like that. Nice. All right, let's build. I'm building it, Frank. I'm building it. It's happening. And I just got a follow from Eric. That's cool. I almost thought it was Eric Sink. That'd be pretty rad.
Eric doesn't need our help.
No.
Eric provides the help.
The question is, do you think Xamarin.Forms will accept this pull request because I'm hand drawing this checkbox? How do you feel about that?
It's iffy. It depends on who's running that project these days. I think, given that, what do they call it? The material thing, but it's not styles. It's called what?
Visual.
Given the new visual world that we're living in, I would say yes.
Oh, whoa, cool. So something just happened where now... All right, so now our checkbox isn't showing up, but...
No, because we guessed at that H padding. I'm sorry, that was my fault. I should have told you.
So
I just put in 0.1 because who knows.
Now the control is in the middle. That's magical.
Oh, did I do my math wrong? Oh, that's what it's supposed to be. Wasn't it not? Do you want it in the left? I don't know. You tell me.
It should be in the left, I'm pretty sure. No?
Okay. No, I wrote it to be in the middle. I didn't know.
I think...
So you want it on the left, though. Okay.
Yeah. I think. I mean...
Okay. So that means we have two levels of padding. We have something that's more like margin than padding. That is how many pixels between the edge and the background circle. That padding. And then we have the interior padding of the circle. 2 levels.
Yeah, my thought process is just to make it always on the... I mean, that's the thing is maybe Xamarin.Forms will come back and be like, hey, you need to make it so people can center it, make it left, make it right. But my thought process is to always make it just a perfect, like, height
hard
width
left.
The same, right? Hard left, like it's always there.
Bam. Okay, right? I fixed the code. Rerun.
0. Now, I will say, though, in here, where it's a little trimmed on top. And like,
let's see.
So when it is... So, interesting here. Maybe because the lines are different?
No, yeah, you're right. It's clipping. We'll have to add a tiny bit of padding no matter what. So let's do that too.
But I think it clips more when it's just when it's not filled. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because there's probably a line width. Yeah, and that's the part that's clipping.
Can you make the line width go in and not like... I wonder if it's like filling around it, like outwards.
Yeah, there might be a setting for that. I can't remember. It would probably be on the okay, it might be on the path. What would they call that? That's the border option. That's
bounds.
I don't know what they call that one.
Do you think it's current point debug did change flatness?
No, not flatness. That's the rendering of
there's the line caps, miter limit,
miter limit.
Miter limit. So I don't see it. Stroke.
Yeah. No, you'll have to do you can do an inflate there easily enough. Let's just do that.
Use even odd fill rule. I don't know what that is.
No, that's for how polygons with overlapping edges and overlapping regions draw.
So you think that that we need to like make it smaller or something like
that?
We
need to shrink it down, but it's fine because we're going to do that anyway.
Oh, okay. What do I need to do?
So we're going to add a tiny bit of padding. Oh, no, I'm not done. Let me change something.
You can do it. I ran without debugging.
On line 252,
someone says,
I'm just going to
Someone says that we could totally use this cool program called Calca to help with the math calculations. And there's also this cool plugin called Continuous. Those you probably are, yeah.
Okay, so we could do 2 minus 2s here because that's what you set your line with to here. So that would be just enough if we want to play it a little safer, 3s and 4s and all that. Yeah.
There you go. I'm going to do
I don't
line width.
generally like being on the pixel edge, so I would add a tiny bit extra padding, like maybe line width times 2, just to add a tiny bit of safety.
Maybe times...
keep line, times 2. Yeah, exactly. Just something. I prefer integers just because the renderer algorithm does a better job on integer boundaries.
Okay. All right, and then down here we can make
and you can set the line width, So
all about
that
this.
will... Oh, let's do one more change.
Does the compiler take my var line width equal 2 and make that a constant later on?
Let's see. Which line are you referring to?
What, 252?
252.
How optimized does the compiler get?
It pretty optimized. So you're wondering that line width on line 282. How efficient will that be? Will that be load constant or will that be read memory? That's your question.
Yeah.
And the answer is, in the case of this function, because you have so many local variables, I'm going to guess it's a memory read. But at the same time, if you're a Xamarin person, and you are because this is running all through iOS, this is all going to go through the LLVM optimizer. And the LLVM optimizer, most likely, because it is ridiculously aggressive about those kinds of things, will figure out that that's a constant and remove the memory access. So I'd say on .NET Core, that's going to be a memory access. On iOS, I bet you that's a constant. You can use benchmark.net and find out exactly. It'll do a disassembly of your machine code.
I like that. Did you just make another change right there?
Yeah, I did a change on line 258 because we added padding, so I had to add the padding.
Got it. Yep. Or else it's going to be cut off, which it was cut off. And I think we need to move our checkbox just down a little bit. I almost feel like it needs to be thicker.
Yeah, we got to play with those numbers. I just put 0.1.
I feel like it needs to be thicker. I think it's just not thick enough. It looks a little fuzzy.
Well, we'll find out. We'll find out.
Yeah. Huh. Man,
you can do the line width is at 3 already. It shouldn't be too fuzzy.
We did change the color to be the gray, so maybe it's just kind of the gray.
Oh, the line width should scale with the diameter also. If the diameter gets bigger, the line width should get bigger.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so that 3 shouldn't be constant. Bloop, bloop, bloop. There's a better way to do all of this.
Well, the diameter is going to be, what, like 30, right? No, wait.
Yeah, 30. It'll be 30.
Yeah, 30. So, I mean, it's basically the width.
Sorry, 30 minus, 26, yeah.
26, yeah.
And then it's 3 over 26 will be the ratio now.
All right, where's my checkbox at? Checkbox. All right, so. All right. All right, the checkbox is just all over the place, but yeah.
Well, let's see it.
The circle looks good. The circle looks good. The circle looks good. I approve.
Can you please use the search box so I don't have to see you scrolling through this list every time?
It does. It doesn't work.
Oh. Okay. Oh, it's so cute. It's almost there. A little to the right, a little down. Make the line a little thicker, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, the line is not the right thickness, I would argue.
Yeah, I'm kind of...
Can you make it checked again? Leave it checked for me, please. And move your mouse off of it.
Yes. There you go. I'm doing it right now.
Your mouse is still on it.
Yeah, I just moved it.
Oh, now you zoomed out. Oh, it's the zooming thing. Okay, anyway. You're right. It does look fuzzy, but it didn't look fuzzy. It looked like we almost had an alpha on it. But we don't have an alpha anywhere. Right? No alphas.
I mean, unless there's an alpha on the UI text color. You know what I mean?
Nah, never.
Never says Frank. Never. So, I mean, it's a good-looking check.
Well, put the line width to 4. Well, let's actually fix that code right now. Let's make it a multiple of diameter so we're not messing around too much.
All right. Well,
so do 4 over Mm-hmm.
So if diameter is 20 width, so that's going to be the third.
What?
I'm trying to figure out math in my head, Frank. So
James, we know this. You got this. Width is 30. Subtract 2 times line width. You get 26. Right now, we're doing a ratio of 4 over 26. 4 over 26 is really close to 1 over 25. So that's like 1 over 5.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like 0.2 times diameter. That's a good place to start.
Okay. 0.
Do 0.15. 0.15 times diameter.
Someone was asking in the chat, why don't we use Skia Sharp? Someone
He
says
doesn't want the dependency.
I don't want the dependency, and Forms would never bring it in. But there are people that definitely do it. I can't convert this to an end float.
You got to end float that puppy.
Okay, so R2 in the chat was saying that it may be fuzzy because of subpixel aliasing.
Yeah, absolutely. So hopefully the line width will help out there. We might even have to bump that up more. And then, okay, no, the color's pure. So it must just be...
it could be the simulator.
subsampling.
It could be the simulator I'm using too, because it's a XR and it's... I don't know what the scale is of it, right? So it could be...
It could be a few compression artifacts. Let's fix H padding and V padding before you run again, though.
Okay, you can fix it now. I'm already redoing it, so go for it.
Can you zoom into the checkbox again? Oh, it went away. Darn. What was it? It was a little bit to the left.
Let's see, checkbox. This thing doesn't... I don't know what this search box is supposed to do. It doesn't do anything. It was high and to the left.
All right, 0.2 and 0.2. Run it again.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and do it again here. In the world. Hope everyone's having fun. Thank you for taking an hour out of your afternoon, Frank. Obviously, you were very busy.
I was. I'm in the middle of my own bug, though, so I'm like, cool.
Oh, no.
I can stop working on my bug.
Are you traveling anywhere for Christmas?
Yeah, I'm going to Alabama.
Alabama?
State of Alabama.
When are you leaving for Alabama?
But not until the 21st. One more week here in Seattle.
Until the 20 when?
First. I'm leaving here.
21st. All right. I might want to go see Aquaman on the 20th.
Oh, I like to go see that stuff on opening night. So
that is
what's
opening
the 20th?
night.
Is that opening night?
Yeah.
Okay. We usually do like the Majestic. Oh, wow. So everyone's invited, I guess. Everyone online.
I was going to do the Cinerama, so.
Oh, you think you're going to get tickets to Cinerama?
There's
Fancy
200
you.
left. I'm going to text my buddy Jeff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what it says.
Yeah, it looks good. I'm a big Jason Momoa fan.
Yeah, it's pretty BA. Let's see. All right. I'm going to see if people are. So I would...
We got a checkbox, James.
I'm going. I'm scrolling through this list because
You should make that search box work. Fix it.
Yeah, I don't know what it's doing there. All right, so I'm gonna scroll in here. Hey-oh, that looks great.
I can't see.
It looks real fuzzy though.
Okay, zoom in and enhance.
I'm gonna change the default color to white and rerun it and see what it looks like.
Sure. Let me catch up on that.
I'm curious.
There
right?
has to be an alpha on there. That is way too light.
It's way too light. I mean, I could run it in debug.
Is enabled. Are you enabling this puppy? Is it enabled?
What do you mean? Yeah, it's enabled. Right here.
Are you sure? Verify. Okay, show me the element is enabled.
It's enabled, dude.
All right.
Because if it wasn't enabled, I could do this. I could do... And then I could do... There we go. See, I could change this. And then make it not enabled. And then boom. That's a good looking checkbox, though.
Who's got an alpha? Where's the alpha coming from?
The alpha is... watch. Okay, I'm going to debug this. And we're going to see what... UI dark text. No, we're going to see what light text color gives us. I bet light text color has an alpha. I bet it does.
Yeah, but not that extreme.
I don't know, man.
Even if it had one, it's going to be like 0.9.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm scrolling through this list. It's my favorite thing to do. Checkbox. Checking it. Let's see what it is. 153. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's an intense alpha.
Dang.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you win this round, James.
It's
I
interesting.
don't know what's going on there. I got to read some docs.
So a light text color is white with a basically 50%
Super
alpha.
alpha. Wow.
I don't
Today
like
we
that.
learned.
So
Yeah.
just set it
UI
to
color
white.
white that puppy.
Wow. All right.
And then we use dark text color. Now I'm afraid of that one. Should we set that to black? You got to assume dark text color has a good alpha.
Maybe like a gray?
No, because we're doing color with alpha. So you want black, and we're doing a 50% alpha on top of that.
Okay, got it. Got it.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Okay. Alpha beta. That's what was it.
So I didn't actually see the video. Was the check mark roughly positioned right?
Oh, it looks perfect. It looks perfect.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes,
we'll run it again here, and then I'll zoom in for you, but it looks pretty smoking hot.
Okay.
Yeah. Looks good. I'm just waiting for it to reload. In a world where it reloads. I think the simulator does look fuzzy, though, because this is the XR, so I have to imagine it's...
Yeah, but that wasn't fuzzy. That was straight up the wrong color.
Yeah. I could... Oh, here we go.
Especially after you set it to 4 there. It was pretty obvious.
I put the simulator at 100%. Oh, wow. Wow. That's pretty impressive. Look at this thing. I'm going to really zoom in. This is how I like to code. Just zoom in real far on the simulator. This looks great. Okay. And I hate this thing so much. All right, so... Where's my checkbox? Oh, wow. Okay, so it's a good-looking checkbox. Look at that.
All right. I'm not there. I'm not there. I believe you. I'm watching you scroll.
Now, can you bring up the Reminders app and tell me how close that checkbox is? It may be too thick now.
Too thick?
Yeah, look at it. What do you think?
All right, give me a sec.
A great
I'm logging in on an iPad. I don't believe they're using checkboxes anymore.
No, they...
Oh, it's a totally different graphic.
Really?
They're doing like a radio box.
iOS Reminders app checkbox. I swear that's what images. Huh. I swear I thought that's what they showed me. Oh yeah, like this. You see this?
What do you got? I don't have anything.
Oh, they use a circular radio box? No way.
Yeah, it looks on my iPad. That's what they're doing.
Huh. Maybe it's a certain mode. Someone sent me a photo. I'd have to go so far back in history at this point. Here we go. No, that's not it.
And I do know when they do checkboxes in a table view, there's no border.
No border.
Well, the good news is you can scale that pretty darned easily. If you care to.
I want. Oh, here it is. This is the one that they showed me. Okay. Oh, no. Does this come from the documentation? No. Whatever this is. You see this?
They're all circles, baby.
Oh. Okay, so they have a very... This is what it is. It's in calendars. What?
Oh, calendars. Okay, let's see what we got. And yeah, just from that screenshot, it did look. What is that? Oh, that's your calendar selection.
Calendar selection screen.
I don't know how to do that on the iPad. Oh, calendars. Here we go. Oh yeah, there they are. Ooh, they are thin puppies. Okay. Yeah. Ooh, and the check is much. Oh man. Okay. Can you put ours back up on screen, kind of centered, so I can see it better?
Yeah, it's right here.
Okay. It's not a lost cause. You just got to back off that thickness. Our
Yeah.
proportions are fine.
So we want this to really be kind of like
0.1 maybe.
0.1?
No, 0.1.
Oh.
0.5 is going to be too small.
Oh, okay. 0.1. Okay.
Yeah.
Then
We'll
what
see.
are their
We'll
line
see.
caps look like? Are their line caps round?
Oh, it's too. I mean, it's so small you can't even tell. So
Okay.
it's fine. No matter what we set it to, it'll look fine.
All right, I'm going to say goodbye to Shoot the Gun. He's over in Europe. Cheers. Have a good
Bye,
night.
Shoot
Thanks
the
for tuning in.
Gun.
Bye.
I was going to say it's nighttime here, but that's just our sun setting at 3 p.m.
It is beautiful, though. We've had a great week. There's been a little bit of rain, but right now outside,
Yeah,
beautiful.
no, it's fine. It's fine.
Beautiful. All right, I'm very happy. Yeah, so I think the scale was making the circle look fuzzy, but yeah, I think the white is the right thing to do. But I think it's position correct. I think.
Yeah, no, the position looked decent.
It does, okay.
It could be off by a pixel or two, but I'd have to really zoom in. Coffee, coffee, coffee.
Coffee, coffee, coffee. Okay, come on, what is this thing doing? It's rebuilding. Falling asleep. There we go.
Still too thick?
No, I don't know. Hold on, I'm scrolling. Please hold. I know what you're saying. Like, why don't you just replace it? There we go. Ba-doop. Oh, no, that's a great looking checkbox, I think. It may be a little bit too thick still, technically, based on what you saw.
Yeah.
0.075?
I mean, they're pretty thin. Once you have it up, I'll give you an opinion. Checkbox gallery. Oh, man. I mean, half a pixel. You might want to back it off. I don't know. I have to answer the
Really?
door real quick. Give me 1 second.
Okay. I'll back it off a little bit. I'm going to go to this.
Yeah, I think it could be a tiny bit thinner.
All right, I'm going to look at the... Where's the enabled thing? Where am I looking at here?
You could do 1/26, because that would give you a 1 pixel stroke. That would be a nice number. And that would be 0.0385.
0.0835.
No, sorry, 0.0385.
Wow, 385.
Yeah, that would give you a 1 pixel stroke. And theirs almost looks like a 1 pixel, but it could be 2 pixels. So it's that number or that number times 2.
So 7.
Some.
You can put the numbers right in code. You can put times 2 right in the code. Compilers are very fast at You know, I see people do this all the time. They like do math outside of the code, but like just do the math in the code. It's fine. Compilers are smart.
It does look like the scaling of Xamarin.Forms, and like I feel like it does a bunch of stuff. Correct.
There is compression too because you're doing this remotely, right?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't look at the edges too sharply.
I think we need to move in the Y too. So there's like, so we moved in the, not the Y, sorry. So the thing is, like, we moved it over a few pixels to the left, but we didn't necessarily make it smaller on the right-hand side. You know what I mean? Does that make sense or no?
Oh, let me check the code.
Because let's say
you sir are very right.
Yeah, because if it's in a 30-30, it actually means to be 28-28. So I think we're setting
Wait,
it
hang on a sec. Let me think a tiny bit more.
Yeah.
No, I disagree.
Okay.
Because
I think
show me the part once you have it on screen again. Show me the part that you're concerned with.
Oh gosh, what's going on here?
Which one are you doing?
I don't know. It's all messed up. Let me try this
just
again.
back out and restart.
My simulator may have. Oh, simulator died.
Exploded.
Simulator
No,
died.
our background rect is correct.
Is it?
Because it's a circle, diameter, diameter.
I think our simulator
It's centered
died.
vertically. It's offset from the left. That's all correct.
So, okay, so we...
That's something we can change there, though.
Yeah, but shouldn't the diameter be...
Well, we've got a few mistakes. Line width should be a multiple of diameter also. If you think about it, as the icon gets bigger, the line width should get thicker.
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah, so line width itself is wrong.
This one, yeah.
Yeah. So that should be something.
Well, if it's supposed to be, let's say...
Well, let's leave that alone for the moment, because I don't care. I want to see... I still haven't seen the icon and the thickness and your concern yet.
I think I need
So show me your concern.
I think I need to reboot my Mac. Hold on.
Oh, no.
I think something with the simulator. Let me disconnect and reconnect and see if that does it.
Okay. I'll work on this code then while you're testing.
I'll just keep doing it without debugging so you can work on it.
Okay.
Hand drawing, man, to get
what we
speed.
have are two diameters now. We have an outer diameter.
Oh, man. And an inner diameter.
And we have an inner diameter.
Yeah, we'll see if this works else.
And this is 2.0 over 30. The outer diameter. So I think that's...
But that is just 30 because we're going to say, hey, in this case, it's 30. Not the min.
In 30, we want it to be 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the case of 30. That's the easiest way to write that kind of stuff.
Should we set that 30
then
equal to the
real
30 I have up top?
diameter. I'm sorry?
Should we set that 30 to the 30 I have up top? That's hard-coded?
Oh, yeah, because that was a const, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So that's what.
There we go.
That's terrible name. You can't just call it default size when it actually is.
Sure. Oh, I can't refactor it right now.
Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay. Let me go back to the code.
Okay. I'm going to see if I need to I think
diameter equals outer diameter. Oh!
I'm going to reboot my Mac real quick. Hold on.
Okay. Outer diameter equals...
Yeah, all right. Let's see here.
Okay, now we have a perfect diameter that accounts for all of our stupid paddings.
My favorite is if someone just joined right now, like I left the scene, so like someone was typing, but no one was here, and that's quite magical. Anyways.
I just realized I messed up our H padding and V padding, though.
Classic.
Yeah. Do you want me to try to guess at new numbers, or are you just going to run it?
Sure. I mean, once my Mac reboots, I'll look.
Oh, okay. We got a few minutes. I can try to guess at what I just did. Okay.
MacBook Pro, baby. MacBook Pro 2013.
Is the background rect correct now? Yeah.
I can run it whenever you're done. Done.
Go for it. Go for it. It might be off-centered again.
Well, let's connect. Connecting to SSH. If it's up, is it up? Let's see if it's up. Come on, SSH. Oh, the Mac rebooted really quick, but then it's got that white bar where it's like, I'm still loading, bro. I'm still loading. Give me time.
The white bar. Oh, I don't remember the white bar.
You know when you have the circle and you're logging in with your password, and then
Progress bar.
Something. Bar. Yeah, it's like loading your profile. That's taking forever. It is a 2013 MacBook Pro, so
okay.
It's not an iMac, so no, I didn't get very much done today besides this stupid circle. Drawing a circle takes hours.
Well, the way we're doing it is pretty stupid.
We could have just put an image in there and drew it with an SVG, but
Well, not even that. Usually what I do is I just go into a drawing program and just draw by hand, but then I have all the coordinates for everything.
that's
And so
true.
you're not like guessing around anymore. You're actually using a drawing program. And then, yeah, there is like paint code and all that stuff. But the truth is you just do it in a paint program and then copy the numbers over.
That's
It's fine.
This thing loading? It's loading. Oh man, macOS installation couldn't be completed. What
Oh
is
my
that?
God. That was tough. I didn't think that progress bar was normal, buddy.
I definitely
I
did.
think you're getting Mojave'd.
No, I don't want to be Mojave. Okay, it's back. I just set it next to me. That way I could just Xamarin. Is that the password? There's my MacBook. This is the old one. I used to carry this with me everywhere. It's got a using mono sticker, .NET Fringe, Gone Mobile, Cleveland, Bitrise, .NET Unboxed.
My laptop is a 2013 MacBook Pro. It's a good model.
Great model. I would say Pinnacle MacBook Pro 2013.
Feels a little heavy these days compared to the new ones, but better keyboard.
Good keyboard, yeah. Yeah. I don't know what it's doing. It's got a. It went into a very scary screen, like a very scary diagnostic screen.
Purging your VRAM.
Oh my god! All right, now it's okay. The bar is going. This is very exciting for any of the 24 people that are viewing this.
You totally overwhelmed it with your SSHing.
I maybe. Oh, there it goes. Okay, now we're back. We connect. That's quick. Man, that's quick. Okay.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's back, baby. Oh, just hit my Sorry, IDV.
I got faith.
I don't think
It's
I got
gonna happen.
Mojave. I don't think I got Mojave. Okay, we're good there. I'm gonna put it on my.
We don't really use that radius variable anywhere, do we? We kill that.
The radius? So what do you want to set the line width on the bottom to? That is the line width. Oh, that needs to be
No, that's correct. And float it.
And floated. And then you want me to change that to, what do you want me to, this minimum width height, what do you want me to call it?
Default size.
Done. Done, good
With
sir.
height. So funny.
I mean, it's the minimum width height. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, but it's in a function called size.
That's true. That's true.
There's nothing called with height. It's not a word.
Shenanigans, that's what I say.
Minimum width and height? Is that what you mean?
Minimum width and minimum height. Yeah.
Then it should be a tuple.
It should be a tuple. A tupley tuple. All right, so
All
let's
right.
build.
Are you running this puppy?
I'm running it. It's happening. Output. It's the iPhone simulator. I think what happens is I was using the iPhone simulator for like an hour or two, and then I think something just happened, and it's just like, nah, bro, I need to reboot. I need to talk to Airmail about that. Hey, Airmail.
I was going to say, where's the log? Give me the log.
It's gone now. I just rebooted. Reboot everything. Get out of here. All right, we'll see. Connect into Mac, checking server. Connected. There we go. Perfect. I thought we fixed this, so I will have to see. All right, booting up. I'm booting up an iPhone 6 Plus. I don't know why I moved away from the XR, but I did it. So 2 a.m. Someone 2 a.m. Time for sleep. Ugh. Got a big weekend there, Frank?
I just completely blanked when you said, do you have a big weekend?
Big weekend? Big
I don't
party?
know. Do I? Someone help me. I don't want to look at my calendar. I'm going to assume no. I'm
Okay.
going to do nothing. Lay in bed all day.
Lay in bed all day. All right, Frank. So I'm at 100%. This is what it looks like at 100% ratio here. It's a very
I'm not as
checkbox.
concerned about the ratios as you.
It's a very thin checkbox.
Okay, let's see. Zoom her in.
I'm zoomed in. I don't know, man. It's thin.
That's 1 pixel, though. We nailed that much. I like the left to right centering. Do I like the up down centering? Don't move. Don't you like to scroll?
Okay.
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I like it. So you can either make that line twice as thick or leave it alone. I would say make it twice as thick.
Times 2.
Yeah.
I mean, hold on.
I got lucky on the centering there. Phew.
It'll bother me. 0.77. 0.77. It was just going to bother me if I leave a random
Why?
-2. I don't know. It just makes me feel bad inside.
It's more instructive. It explains why that number is what it is.
No, because that would be like var 1 pixel and then 1 pixel times then 2
No,
pixels.
what it should be is 1.0 divided by checkbox renderer dot default size times 2 times diameter.
Oh, perfect. Great, great.
You want to write quality software? You write those math expressions. Or what we actually should be doing is just scaling the graphics transform so we don't have to do any of the stupid math. And then we can just always render it at 30 pixels and it'll just come out right. That's the better option.
Probably. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Too late now. We've gone too far.
We've gone too far. It's 5 lines of code. We can't change it now.
So are we
How's
good
that
after
thickness?
this? Are we done after this?
I hope so. You tell me about that thickness, and then you'll answer the question.
I think so.
Good.
Good. It's looking better.
Put people
People in
out
the
of their
chat
misery.
people in the chat are getting pretty excited. All right, here we go. We're launching it. It's happening.
It's gonna be sick.
It's gonna be so sick, bro. Good checkbox. sweet checkbox, bro.
Sweet checkbox, bro.
It's good, so
What's
good.
up with that red background?
I think this is better. I don't.
This app is a tragedy. Someone's got to redesign this app.
It's I think it looks good.
Yeah.
Now, if you can get an animation. No, not gonna do it.
The nice thing about animations is they're actually easy if you do things with core graphics, because that's what you want for core animation to work well. It looks good to me. I think it's a tiny bit low, Y-wise, but you know what? I'm not going to stress it right now.
And there's the background view color. That looks good. Focus view. I think enabled, so we can set the. Where's that? That one. There we go. So now it's disabled. That's cool. Looks good. I think that gray looks good. Disabled. Yeah. No. Yeah. Thoughts? Thoughts in general?
It comes out very blue on this side. I couldn't stand their 100% blue background color, and I was too distracted by that ugliness
Run
to
away.
look at anything else. Pro tip, everyone out there, never use 100% red, 100% green, 100% blue. They're all ugly. They look ugly. Learn some other colors.
The scale, a little tiny one. You can do scale and then make it really small. That's pretty good. Translate. Yeah, this all looks great. Looks good.
Thickness is appropriate.
I think so. There's a weird thing here where I have this is checked where I can do some stuff, and it looks like that's when the width. If I set the width and the width to 30, it looks like here it gets cut off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does. It does. Because we're not doing the correct compensation there.
So that's the one thing.
Do you want to fix that, or do you want
Yeah,
to?
that's the one thing I
I can
want to
fix that real quick. Okay.
Yeah. And here the checked color looks really good. It's yellow, it's orange. Unchecked color looks really good. Yeah. Besides that, it looks great. X offset, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In a world when Frank just codes everything for me. This is the power of VS Live Share. Live Share. Live Share.
Is greater than or equal to the height. Is that true? And we'll just do along with I'll do width
Oh, man.
minus the diameter. So if you make the box too small, never mind, you can't. This is perfect now.
It's perfect.
Oh, shoot.
What are you going to
No
do with
point.
this X? What are you going to do with this?
I made the variable but forgot to use it. X.
Oh, I see.
And
That's it?
Technically, the H padding should take into account the X offset. But again, this is a crappy demo app. When I do this stuff normally, whatever, show multiple sizes.
Oh, like multiple sizes at the same time.
Yeah, so you can see what you're actually doing.
I could do that. I could put as many as I want in there. It works well when the width is bigger than the height. But when they're the same, that's when it becomes an issue.
Yeah. It's just because we were blindly putting that padding in. Now I'm doing a proper check first. Sorry, I'm thinking through things.
Feeling it out.
I don't know what to do about that H padding, man. It's complicated. We have to see multiple scales to get that exactly right. Can we just fix it?
Yeah, fix whatever you want, man. It's your stream. It's
Yeah?
your live stream. This is really Frank's
we're gonna
live stream.
hate
This is the longest I've ever talked on a phone with anybody, so we're at 1 hour and 23 minutes. Huh? Are you talking through iMessage on your Mac though?
No, I'm talking on an iPhone up against my ear, held on my shoulder like it's 1990.
Wow. I guess I could have iMessaged you and called, huh?
I guess you could have.
Where'd Frank go? He's down here. He's scaling stuff. Things are happening. No gosh.
Oh my lord. I don't know if this is a better way now that I'm thinking it through. This could just make for more trouble. Yeah, I'm not happy.
Oh, so you want to scale it to...
I'm doing it. Forget it. You know what? We're here for the rest of the night. If that's what it takes to get this circle to be perfect.
No, we're not spending the rest of the night, Frank.
This is all your fault. You're like, here, let's have a multiple size checkbox.
Default size, there you go.
Thank you. You can add my semicolon too. Scale. You need to scale that. That's why
Oh, it needs to be both.
I can type, I promise.
So you want to take 1 divided by the...
No, I don't. I haven't finished typing.
Oh, okay. All right.
That line is wrong.
This line is not good.
So what we actually want to do is...
math.
It's not 1 divided by that. It's the diameter divided by that. So now, I don't have to do all this diameter. And it also means you don't have to do any of this scaling stuff. You can just say what it is. You don't have to do 2 things.
Oh, and then you're going to scale it. Oh, wow.
Yeah, do the scale.
So we're basically saying scale it. It's 30, scale it to whatever it is.
Yeah, and now the H padding and V padding can be anything, and it won't really affect it. The checkbox will always be correctly centered in the circle. Now it's just a question of putting the circle in the right place.
Oh, okay. So I should rerun this.
Yeah, I was trying to do a code review while you did it, but...
Okay. Wow, 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 wow. Love checkboxes. Check, 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 checkbox. Pretty excited though. After this, the checkbox is like shippable, I think. It's like ship it. Ship it. I need to fix up a...
We've only seen it at one size, but sure.
Yeah. I mean, I can add another one. Hold on. You want me to add one that's bigger, technically, because it can never be smaller than that.
Yeah, make a bigger one. Make one 2x. Make it 4x. Make it big, big.
Okay.
Big, big.
Let me see if I can find
Do you have a
it.
view model? Can you just make them mirror the same data?
You don't even want to know how this thing is built. So I can add another one. So I can just add.
Oh, a checked container.
Actually, I don't know if I... Oh, I could add another container, and then I can add multiple. So I can do multiple.
Oh, you're going to have to do like a stack panel or something then, right?
Yep. They have this... This is like a weird...
Don't do it if you don't want to.
It's like a weird thing.
Yeah, I see what they're doing now. It's cute.
And I think... Yeah, I'm not going to do it. So
yeah, don't bother. Okay. Just make sure to write some unit tests for different size checkboxes.
Yeah,
hey, but can you rerun it and find out if I totally broke the code or not?
Yeah, I'm doing it right now. So now it's in the middle again, and the checkbox is gone. So the problem is that we moved the offset weird, I guess?
Yeah. Let me review. Can you show me on the... I'm sorry, I'm waiting for the screen.
Yeah, it's just in the center again.
It's in the center. X offset diameter plus line width is greater than or equal to...
Yeah, and it still didn't work for the... You know, because
For
it only clips it, by the way, when it's not filled. Because the line that's drawn like does 1 pixel in, 1 pixel out. Just kind of weird.
No, the line is off to the left. That's why you don't see it. The check mark itself is off to the left. I don't know why this stupid circle.
See what I'm looking at now.
Oh, the clipping. Sorry.
Yeah. See how it's.
Yes.
But
yes.
not there, but only there.
No, this like logic is backwards because it's centering when it's not supposed to center. Yeah. So I just got the logic backwards, and I'm just trying to get it not backwards. So the scenario I want to cover is when the width Oh. So I want this to execute when it's too small. So my logic for when it's too small is just wrong, but I'm having trouble figuring out why my logic is wrong.
You want me to debug it?
Yeah, put a breakpoint on 260, please. My brain just not braining, sorry.
Yeah, so what we want to do is say, if it is the X offset should be... Oh, I wonder where the check mark...
The check mark's in the right place, because the check mark right now is being set by the H padding. And H padding and X offset will become the same at some point, but we got to get one right before the other.
Well, then shouldn't the... Oh, I see.
H padding and X offset are the same. They're not at the moment.
Well, should we translate all that stuff afterwards? Is that the problem? Because we translate everything first and then draw the checkbox, right?
No, we scale, then translate, then draw.
Yeah. It's complicated.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so...
It's fine, though. Just run it. Let me know what it looking like.
So this, we want it to be... What is it? Checkbox gallery. Badoop. Okay, so diameter is 26. Line width is 2. So 4. So that's 30. Width is 354.
Can you highlight diameter plus line width times 2 is greater than or equal to width and see what the Boolean value is?
Does that work?
Yep. Just hover over it.
Nope.
Yes.
No, it doesn't.
The tooltip tells you.
No, it doesn't. Oh,
Yes, it
false.
does.
False. It does. You're right. You're right. You're right. I didn't know that. No, yeah, it's false. So, which means that it will run.
Oh, shoot. I got it, James.
All right, you got it. Height.
There, yeah.
There you go.
Because width can get bigger. Yeah.
Width can get bigger. Height doesn't get bigger. Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think.
Well, it's fine. It's because we do that min up there on line 252. That's why the games are a little strange.
Yeah, that makes sense. Or shouldn't we use outer diameter? Because the outer diameter is the min of the width and height, right?
Yeah, outer diameter is probably better. You're right.
Than the height, yeah.
Yeah, because it's a little confusing comparing a width to a height.
Yeah. That should work. That makes sense, right? Because you're saying
That's
like
more, yeah.
Put it here based on these constraints.
Otherwise, do your best and center it.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I was wondering why that was inverted. The logic was inverted.
Yeah, we'll see if this works, and then we'll ship it.
Ooh, that wind is picking up out there.
Is it? Oh yeah, I see the
I think,
tree.
yeah.
You got a storm coming in?
Oh, Lord.
Lord. Weather. What does the
All right, this has to work. I want to get back to my bug before it's completely nighttime.
Wind. Oh, yeah, we got 20 mile per hour winds coming in.
Nice.
Oh, that's pretty intense. Maybe I'll go pick up Heather from work in Dakar.
She walking? Yeah.
Yeah, hey,
It's gonna be a little cold.
It is windy.
Kind of figured because it got warm all of a sudden today. I was outside earlier, and it was like yesterday was freezing, today was warm, so I had to figure something bad was coming through.
Yeah, it's still building. Still building. I still can't believe people are watching us code, but we're gonna totally ship this thing, Frank. It's totally gonna happen.
How long can two professional engineers spend on circle drawing?
The answer is so far 2 hours and 11 minutes.
Amazing.
Me and you together, 1 hour 34 minutes. So
If I may, if you were working on a Mac, this would have gone a lot faster.
that's true. All right, now
A lot of this has been us waiting around.
Now our checkbox is missing. So now the circle's in the right place, but the checkbox is not.
Okay.
But that's when the width is larger. But now if I set it to... No, it's still in the wrong place.
Yeah. But can you leave it on the screen for a moment?
Yeah.
Oh, it's completely, you can't see it at all?
Yeah, it's gone. Yeah, it's not there.
It's gone?
It's gone.
It's gone. Reviewing code.
And the right-hand side is still clipped, by the way. So that's great.
Shut up, you. Shut up about the right hand side. Really? The right hand side? Again? I keep messing up in this editor.
I think the X offset needs to be...
James, stop it with the -2s.
Sorry.
We fixed the problem. We don't just put random -2s.
I like random -2s. You're scaling to the diameter?
Yeah. I didn't think that one through. That was my fault.
Oh, you scaled it really tiny.
Those things were already a factor of diameter, and I wasn't thinking.
Okay, so we still have the issue, though, Frank, right here. You see it? Right here. I'm going to zoom in. The right-hand side is clipped, okay? Because I think...
I'm waiting. Video is delayed.
When the width and height are the same, it's clipped. James. Not here, but here.
James.
Yes.
I fixed it for you.
You fixed it for me?
Can we move on now?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's not a big deal.
All right, man. All right.
Oh, but I totally screwed up this path. That's a big deal. I kind of want to undo all of that, but leave what we did at the top. So what was that multiple we had up here? 0.38.
Oh no, 077. 0.07.
0.77.
Yes.
Times diameter, was that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just want to pull all that out.
Oh, I see. And that's an end float.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to take the scale out also.
You're taking the scale out?
Yeah, because shoot. Okay, you're right. No, because it's different scales. Because you see, this line width is going to get multiplied by this scale. We're multiplying by diameter. Fine. Okay, so we can leave that as constant. Fine. Okay.
Oh,
great.
like that?
Yeah. Because it's going to get multiplied by the scale down there.
I think we can just make it a
The
float.
scale here?
Float is implicit.
No! Stop it!
Why?
You're ruining 64-bit. Because on 64-bit, it's a double. And now you're losing precision.
Fine. Can I run it now?
No.
No?
V padding should match. Softbox. I mean, H padding should match.
We made this so much more. No one's ever going to be able to maintain this code.
Thanks.
Oh, gosh.
It's not at all documented.
The code documents itself, I like to think. No?
Okay. Anyway, I'm still having fun.
This is fun for Frank, everybody, by the way.
I wanted to stop like 2 minutes ago, or 2 hours ago, but you're all like, it's too thick.
I'm just saying. We're starting to lose people. We're starting to lose people to sleep. Night, Ancient Coder. Have a good night. Have a good weekend.
Ancient Coder. We'll be here for the next 4 hours. Check back when you wake up.
In a world. I need to fix. Well. Now, if I go to another page, does that make you follow me, or can you still go work on that? You know what I mean?
We gotta detach the follow chain somehow, and
Okay.
I don't remember how you do that. But just run this code for me, will ya?
How do I? That's focus request sent. I think you need to focus. I forget.
James, just run the code. I'm tired.
No, the H padding is wrong. It's no longer. It's a double now, so I need to cast it to an end float.
Oh, I thought I did my end float, so I did it for V padding.
I got you.
Forgot my H
It's
padding.
running. I think if I put you in charge. Okay, now I think you can do it. Now I'm following you. Yeah.
Okay.
I forget.
Trying to wrap this up before everyone dies off. Look, Schmo01 agrees with me. It's a bit too low.
What's a bit too low? The checkbox?
The checkbox.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit.
0.19.
I didn't want to say anything. But it does look a little tiny bit low.
Well, you can change the V padding.
Is it the V padding?
It is the V padding, but change it here on line 275 because now I'm using V padding to draw the background too, just to keep everything happy.
All right, so it's reloading now. We'll take a look and see what it's at right now in this current state in mind, and then we'll get it going. All right, let me scroll down to this checkbox, stupid checkbox thing.
Get to the checkbox thing.
Checkbox gallery.
Oh, just show it to me, James.
I'm showing it to you.
Oh, I don't see it. Sorry.
Okay. So the checkbox is all
now.
in a weird, wacky place now. By the way.
Is it?
Yeah, it's in the top left.
Come on.
No,
You're joking.
I'm dead serious.
Okay, revert everything for the last hour and let's go.
No.
Oh, it's not in the top left. Okay.
Also,
let me stare at it for
still
a
the
minute.
same issue with this stupid.
Zoom in harder. Can you zoom in like 8 million %? Oh, Lord.
See what's happening here,
Lord.
Frank? It's getting clipped.
No. I still can't see, James.
I'm zoomed at 500%. 500%. 700%.
Okay. Enough clipping.
Do you
Wow,
see it?
that is so clipped. I totally fixed it on that last one, dude. Oh, what is going on, James? What is going on?
I don't know. What did you do?
No, see, it was right before. All right.
Okay, okay. All right.
That part's fixed. That part's fixed for sure.
Okay. All right.
Why is the stupid thing too high up? Can you leave it on the screen for me?
Oh, you want... Yeah, I can just leave it there. I can... Here you go.
Yeah, I'm just futzing with numbers now. So.
How's that for you? Does that make you feel better? I'm just going to keep it zoomed in to 600%.
600? Is that what we get?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little behind, I'll let you know. I'm excited for the 600% though.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, 800. I like the 800. I can see every pixel. Oh, boy. Okay. It looks a little off to the left and a little high. Okay.
For anyone joining the stream right now, with me zoomed in to 800%, welcome. Even the...
Okay, James, you can back it off. I don't want you to lose too many followers due to the percent.
Fun code.
Yeah, it is fun code, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so at this point, we just have to guess again. 1.1. Oops. I'm
You wanna
sorry.
multiply
I'm not a
it?
good programmer. I'm trying. Yeah, exactly. Oops. Parentheses. Okay. Well, figure those numbers. Oh my God, James. Wrong one. Back off.
I didn't do anything. I didn't touch anything.
Good. I did it wrong. Oh God. I feel so incompetent right now.
Oh, you translate. Yeah.
Yeah, not scale it. You can move it. Move that puppy. What were these?
Those are just the diameter, yeah. Now, here's a question for you, because it seems to be clipping when it is in the else underneath, the line width. Like, should we be scaling that? Is that the issue? Is that it is setting the line width?
No, much better is to just get your math right at the top and not futz around with this kind of stuff.
Well, what I'm saying, though, is
which line are you talking about? Sorry,
right here. This is when it's clipped.
I'm sorry. Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? So my question to you is, when we draw this stroke, should we be scaling this a little bit? You know what I mean?
Can you remind me what that... Yes, we can do it that way. Let's fall back on that. If this last attempt by mine is a complete failure, I agree with you.
Yeah, this
we
is
can do
just
it that way too.
This is just when it's unchecked, right? And that's when it's being clipped. So
yeah, I get you. Give me one more shot at it, and then if I fail,
because
we'll do it that way.
I see what you're saying, because the background rect, the box path is the oval.
We
and that's
take all that into account now, and blah blah blah.
My assumption,
give her a run.
I'm running it. My assumption is that it fills on the inside, like, and then
you're absolutely right. Fills are on the inside,
and it strokes
and then,
from
I think
the
strokes
inside
are on
out.
the middle. They're centered. They're not exactly on the outside. I'm pretty sure they're centered on the edge.
See, UI path. So what is it? A iOS path stroke inside. How to stroke the boundary of a UI Bezier path on the inside.
How? They're going to scale it,
using
I'm sure.
Bezier path with rounded rect. You have to use a transform.
Well, of course you have to. Okay, so they're just scaling it.
If you want to keep the aspect ratio, the scaling can be modified to equal on both axes using the smallest factor on both. So that's not what we're doing here. No. But it doesn't sound like they actually support it. It sounds like you have to do the math yourself with a
transformation or something.
All right, so our checkbox is looking very good, except for a little bit to the right.
Let's see.
I think just a little bit to the right.
A smidgen?
I'm zooming in 800 to you. See what I'm saying? Just a little bit to the right.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. I'm a little behind still.
But I think the...
yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, that's a toughie, man. Let's go with 05. I don't know.
And then my assumption here is that it's still clipped a little bit. Yeah, so I think we have to...
No, it's not clipped. It's perfect.
No. Unchecked. Unchecked, Frank.
Show me unchecked. I'm behind again.
Unchecked. Because we're not scaling it. We're not scaling it.
Uncheck me, James.
I just did it. Dude.
We shouldn't need to. The math should be right.
It's not right.
The math is not right.
No. Your math actually may be right, but
I think
if it's unchecked, you need to overcompensate. You know what I mean?
James, I'm already overcompensating though. The line width, see all these like on line 454?
Where at?
454. 254. I don't, Jesus Christ.
254.
Sorry. I lost it.
Oh, I see. Diameter.
254. Yes.
Yeah.
See, that's where I'm accounting for it. So if anything, it's going to be off by a fraction of a pixel, but whatever. I'm tired of it. Let's just scale the stupid thing and move on.
Well, no, my assumption here, Frank, is that what happens is that it's okay. You're doing -2, and that's okay because we move it over a little bit. But the problem is like it actually needs to be a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like the actual...
Well, here we can actually change that number pretty safely. So look, we can totally just make that a 3.
That may work.
Honestly.
All right, let me run that.
That number is pretty free to change.
And I think because of only how the stroke works, right? Because it works with -2 because it does fill in, but with stroke it does a little bit out. So it actually is okay on one side because...
James, again, that's what the whole point of the line width, though, is it should be compensating.
Yeah, maybe it's not enough.
It isn't enough. You're right. Did you say it's centered or it's on the outside? That's the question. So if it's centered, then the 2 times is enough. If it's on the outside, then you need 4 times. And so maybe we should have done 4 instead of 3.
Yeah,
I guess that's what I just realized.
For this here. Yeah, we'll see what this is.
On line 254, yeah.
Oh, man, someone has a cool name of Core CLR. That is their Twitch username. That's a pretty cool name. Hello, guys.
Hello, Core CLR.
So there we go. We're rerunning. We're relaunching. Yeah, I just want to be done with this, Frank.
Oh, this week in number talk. James, it should be 2, not 3. No, Frank. 4.
Oh, that is a great looking checkbox. I want you to appreciate this. I'm going to zoom in.
It's still clipped, isn't it?
No.
It's still going to be clipped.
I don't know yet.
Clipping for life.
No, it's no longer clipped. No, it's perfect. It is
I think that number maybe should be 4, though. But if 3 is working, then fine.
No, it looks great.
You don't see any clipping?
No clipping.
Okay.
I'm right here. I'm going to zoom in at 800, and you'll catch up, and you'll be like, wow, look at that checkbox.
No clipping.
And it's funny, though, because of how it works, there's no way for us to... What we could do is we could, if it's checked, we should actually make it a little bit bigger. You know what I mean? Like the actual...
No, actually, there's a quicker trick. We can just stroke and fill. It's faster.
Got it.
See this line, fill? You can say...
Stroke.
You need IntelliSense. There's a stroke and fill. Oh, no, it's called like draw. It's called something. What's it called, James?
Use even odd fill rule?
No. Try draw.
There's it. No draw.
Come on. Oh, it's a path. That's no.
A pen path?
Whatever. Just stroke then fill. Just call stroke then fill. So much easier.
Well, so then we should,
especially with solid colors. You can't do this trick if you're doing an alpha.
Well, then we should always call that, right?
There you go.
Now you're talking. And then we don't need this else if.
Yeah. Okay. So now the diameter won't ever change.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool.
And so this won't work if they send an alpha for that.
For the
If they set an alpha for whatever color that is, checked color.
oh.
Because you're going to get a tiny bit of an overlap between the stroke and the fill, and that's why I was looking for the other one. So I'm looking up the docs to tell you what the other one is called.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever seen that? A stroke and a fill when they both have an alpha, then you get that overlap and it looks a little strong.
Yeah, I think what it is, oh, I see. So we should probably do if inside of here, well, no, this could be easy. All right, let me.
No. What are you doing? Why are you changing anything? It's
Well,
fine.
No. Because what happens here is that really the unchecked color is
James.
what? What?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You
I
know-
was doubting you. I understand what's going on now.
But it
I
looks
was doubting
perfect.
you.
It is perfect. But yes. So
I get you.
So what we
Okay.
should do is this. We can say for stroke, we can say if is checked, right? Checked color. Set fill. This would be dot set stroke. Else. Right. Does that make sense?
I guess, yeah.
So you were going to set the fill and the stroke else to the
I
checked
prefer
color.
to set colors just before I use them, and then
Oh.
you don't run into this, like, who's set on what kind of confusion, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Because it gets a little confusing when you set colors at the beginning of the code and then you're relying on them at the end. But honestly, it's fine. Let's move on.
Okay. I mean, I could do this.
No, James, stop.
Okay.
Please stop.
Okay.
Please stop.
Okay.
Please stop. Please stop.
All right, sounds good.
Run it in.
Someone's asking about what are they asking about? I don't know what you're asking. This person was asking about
Let's see.
what does Microsoft need a mobile developer for? Well, I work on the mobile developer tools team, which is the Xamarin team where you can build iOS and Android applications with C# and Visual Studio. And I'm working
I've seen
on
that they have Office on the iOS now, and I think that's mobile. And I think that requires developers.
Yes,
So-
we have. I went to like an internal Android developer, an iOS developer. We have like so many iOS and Android developers. I mean, we have so many apps. We literally have so many apps in the App Store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are a ton. I'm always amazed,
Yeah.
especially because you can look under Publisher and look at Microsoft.
And we make a lot of apps. All right, so this should be going. Da-da-da.
Are they the right colors? I didn't actually really read the code that you wrote.
Oh, this should work. Checkbox, gallery. Oh yeah, it's looking good. And then let's make sure the. Yep, looks great. Looks great.
Oh my god, my stupid heater keeps breaking.
Yeah, this looks perfect.
Oh, good. I like that word.
Yep, crushed it.
And this one
Shipping it.
should scale nicely. We haven't tested it, but it should.
They have a scale view, so here I can actually scale it down, and then it's a little tiny itty bitty checkbox, and it's in the right
Oh, I'm
spot.
dying.
It's in the right spot, so they have
Okay.
they have a rotation, so I can see like it like rotated, and then here's a rotation X, so it's like all slanted, and then an opacity. The opacity works correct. Is enabled.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's
You must be
good.
doing that at the view level.
Yeah, they do it at a view level. So I think they take the... Oh, here's... I don't know what this is. Covered up? Oh, it's covered up so
Yeah,
I
there's
can't.
a opacity property on UI view.
Mm-hmm. That's smart. You know, just... Oh, man, that background color. Brutal. Cool. All right, man. Shipped it.
Good job, James. Sorry it took 2 hours. That really probably shouldn't have.
No way, you're great. You are awesome. You are awesome.
Well, thanks for giving me my first Twitch opportunity.
Absolutely.
I hope I wasn't too boring.
No, you're great. You're always great.
Okay,
thanks,
I'll
Frank.
sign off. Let you finish the show.
All right, buddy. All right, I'll talk to you later. Thank you so much. Bye. There we go. Frank is gone. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Totally fixed. Frank coming in. Solving it. Solving stuff. What is this change here? No, I don't want to do that. So we can commit this code. Make, finalize, iOS checkbox. Ooh, it's a circle. Circle. All right. There we go. Shipped it. Bye, Frank. Bye, Frank.
It should also read that I crushed it from 2013 to present.
Nothing is impossible!
Boom. Did have some followers. Tutu email. Thank you for the follow. Eric, thank you for the follow. Biscuit, thank you for the sub. I appreciate that. Bye, Frank. Frank Kruger, give me those follows. Frank, follow me. Give me your sub. Twitch Prime. Subscribe. Boom, do it. Give me the stuff. All right, so we wanted to fix the WPF control because I broke it because there's already a checkbox in WPF, funnily enough. So what we could do, why not? So this should actually not be a checkbox. This should be using checkbox equals system.windows.controls checkbox. Boop. There we go. That will fix the build, which is good. I think. It should work. No, it still did it. What? All right, I guess I will hard code that. It's weird. Guess I have to. I don't know why that doesn't work. Maybe I need to do Windows WPF checkbox. There we go. That's probably what I want to do. All right, that's good. Then I actually want to just kind of copy and paste this because this will totally just work. Checkbox renderer. There should be checkbox. Checkbox renderer. All right, that's good. Make this a checkbox. Switch renderer is this. All right. On native toggled, on untoggled is toggled. Is checked. Easy enough. I assume that I have no control over the color of said WPF checkbox. But let me look. Is enabled. Is the control a checkbox? Bitmap. Is there like a color? Background. The brush that describes the background of the control. Let me look at WPF checkbox. WPF checkbox. Checkbox class. Da-da-da-da. What do we have here? We have a... It's like a color. Foreground. Gets the brush that describes the foreground color. Oh, interesting. Does UWP have a foreground? What? Where's UAP at? I bet it doesn't. Checkbox renderer. Oh, interesting. Gets the brush that describes the foreground of the control. I'm intrigued by this. I'm intrigued. Huh. On element changed. Else if e.property name equals checkbox dot checked color dot property name control dot foreground color. Equals element dot checked. Like, does that just work? Very curious if that works. Update. Update checked color. Very curious. Where's my UWP gallery at? Because that'd be nice if I could just check that little one and then get that going. That'd be lovely. Wonder if that is it or not. All right, we're done. Circle. Is gonna do weird stuff. Nope. And then we're gonna go over here into our whip. Edit. Android. iOS. And then we go into our checkbox. No, it's not gonna. Oh, that should be our checked color. No, it doesn't. Doesn't change anything. Does not change anything there. Oh, I should probably just see if this is actually setting the foreground or not. I'd assume so. 22 email asks, do you use any external IOC container? I do not. I use the built-in Xamarin.Forms dependency service because it's built right in. I don't do a constructor injection at all. It's not my jam. So yeah, I use what's built in with the dependency service. So that's what I use. No need for any extra crud in my app. That's gonna slow it down potentially. There's a good survey or good blog post a while ago. You can probably Google it, but it's kind of like the different, that is the foreground. WPF change checkbox color. Let's see if I can Google this. There's a control template. Ugh. Foreground color from 2010. Creating a WPF project. No, I don't like that. Yeah, you need to do a control template, do all this shenanigans. Ugh, gross. Skip. I just don't think it'll support it. That's fine. Let's remove that. Let's Let's remove that. Just doesn't support it. Oh, Frank is still following along. That's funny. Frank is still in my code. There we go. Yep. All right, cool. That looks good. Where's my checkbox renderer? I wonder if iOS has a... Where's Mac OS? Where my renderer is at. Let's get rid of that. I'm curious what my WPF one looks like. Is that a startup project? Does that work? I have no idea what this looks like. Mac OS, I assume that there's also a checkbox. NS button. Frank probably knows if there's a checkbox in... Ooh, WPF. Wow. WPF. Checkbox. Boop. Oops. Where is it? Checkbox. Oh, it didn't show up. That's interesting. Where's my checkbox? Did I break the toggle? Stepper switch. It's literally the same thing. How did that break? Oh, I wonder if I didn't have a... Oh. I wonder if I need... This is where it becomes very tricky. I probably have some... Probably have some sort of switch render. And then there's probably one inside of the WPF project, maybe? There we go. Export. So I need to export this stuff. Why does it export it twice? Yeah, that's wrong. I can just do checkbox. All right. What happened? I didn't. Oh, I'm still running it. There we go. That's probably why. It's really fast. That's good. Checkbox. There it is. Yay. Although, why did it crash? Still have a little bit left to do on this stuff. I don't know if Frank is all over the place. Why did that break? Let me debug this. Yep. Yeah, I don't like to use anything not in Xamarin.Forms, basically, unless I wrote it. Unless Frank and I wrote it. That's my rule of thumb. Whoa. Oh, okay. Yeah. I most likely... where's my checkbox render at? Oh, there it is. Yeah, so on rename on native checked. This is going to be checked, checkbox. There we go. Anything else in here? Nope. That should work. Yeah. I think AutoFac is just big. I never used a lot of IOC containers, so just not my jam. Not my jam. Boop. Boop. Cool. Did UWP. Fix UWP and implement it. All right, we're getting there. We still have a little bit left to do on this thing. I feel like I'm getting there though, which is good. Let's see. Add. Let's double check this. Add. Fix. WPF build. And add a checkbox. Boop, boop. Cool. All right. We are coming along. Things are happening. I feel really great. I appreciate Frank hopping onto the stream today, helping out. We got a lot done, and by a lot done, I mean that we fixed iOS checkbox. We just did WPF checkbox. I need to do some checkbox cells, but besides that, I think we're coming along. I'll probably try to do Mac OS, maybe tomorrow, maybe not. I don't know if I'm going to do my signal. I'm going to probably do something tomorrow on my signal R, but I'll figure it out from there. I'm going to go pick up my partner in crime, and yeah, I'll send a beacon. I like Google Maps' new send a beacon feature. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. It's been fun. I know it's late for some of you, so thanks for tuning in. Early for others. But yeah, totally thanks for hanging out. Thanks to Frank for crushing it today. And yeah, I hope to see everyone tomorrow morning. I'll do some Signal R Saturdays. It's going to be sweet. But until next time, thanks for watching. Thanks for the subs. Thanks for the follows. Thanks for everyone for tuning in. And peace.
Some people dream success. Don't let your dreams be dreams. You should get to the point where anyone else will quit, and you're not gonna stop there. So just do it. Make your dreams come true. Do it. Nothing is impossible. Do it. Make your dreams come true. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Nothing is impossible. Do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday.
Also, big thanks to Frank Kruger. Thanks for the sub. Thanks, Frank. You're so sick and awesome. I love you. Woo. Thanks, Frank.